gentlemen, welcome back to the Pullze Check podcast. We got another juicy one for you guys today. We got a lot to talk about. There was updates, there was tournaments, there's a lot of things, and we have a very special guest today. You know, as always, JGOD, my boy Ebatez, you know, fucking beautiful asses on those two. Now, Thief.
Oh my God, am I the special guest?
Yes, you are. Wait, you've been on the podcast before, right? Like once?
One time, yeah.
Yeah,
I did once like properly, and then once at like the end of a tournament. I jumped in.
Right. Okay, I remember that, bro. So we got FIFA today. We know arguably, you know, am I gonna get in trouble for saying this? The best EU player in the world? Am I gonna get in trouble for saying that? I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Are you currently the highest earner right now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can comfortably say that for sure.
Yeah. After today, I won $250 today. I am now third highest overall.
Wow.
Oh,
third in total. Like in just this game or in all of
like all.
Oh, okay.
If I win tomorrow, I overtake Almond and I'm number 2.
Damn, it's close.
Wait,
it's crazy that after all those tournaments, it's that close.
Bro, because
Tommy's clear though. Tommy's clear.
Yeah.
Back in the day though, they all counted the Twitter tournaments, right? Like those were counted as earnings back in the day.
1,000, I think.
Anything over $1,000, but my earnings on the list is missing 20K from Verdansk because no one knew who the fuck I was.
Oh, what? Can't you just message them and be like, "Yo, this is my shit"?
Well, I messaged Grandmaster Goj about it, and he was like, "Yo, I'll add it if you can provide me with proof of all the wins." I was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing all that, bro."
You have mods, bro. Somebody can find it, no?
Go back, bro. The streams don't even save back that far. They only say.
But you never tweeted out like 20K winner or something.
I mean, I probably tweeted like a lot of it was like mainline gaming, like $600 each wins. Like I ain't doing all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, I remember back in the day they definitely did have like a lot of smaller tournaments, and I know a lot of people went up the leaderboards because of that. I'm glad now it's different now, right? They don't do it like that, or do they still do it like that?
It's still like over 1,000. They'll add it.
Really? Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, I think, at least in my opinion, tell me what you think, Fief. It should be all Activision sanctioned tournaments only.
See, I gotta disagree, bro. Because
tell me why. Why?
Think about how many of the best people come up through those tournaments. Like, bro, there's people now that are getting invites that are nowhere near as good as the kids who are winning those tournaments all day, every day. Should they be higher on the leaderboard? Fuck no.
Okay, but I think the Twitter tourneys are more competitive too than like
100%.
Activision tournaments.
But then it comes down to this. I actually hear the complete opposite from people, is that Twitter tournaments are like a free fucking bag every time. That's what I hear. I don't know. But again,
you're talking to Shifty probably.
I'm just saying.
I mean, bro, like, are we gonna put some content creator who won a bingo tournament higher than someone who's winning against pros every day?
That is facts.
True.
Bingo's dope, but like that's just not how it works. You know?
Okay, so I guess the way we did it, I don't know. It's kind of weird. The way we do it is we don't count any of those Twitter tournaments. Let's say for the Pullze Check Power Rankings, we don't count any of those, or we don't count bingo like either. We only count the stuff that's quote unquote competitive, right? The competitive shit. But all the Twitter tournaments and all that stuff, it's just like, because again, you could make the same argument that not everybody plays the Twitter tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like some people do, some people do, right? But again, there are a lot of young talent that is gonna, you know what? I'm gonna save this for the end of the podcast, but hopefully very soon there will be a way for people to make a name for themselves, something that we're cooking up behind the scenes, and which nobody knows about. We'll get to that. Before let's start the actual podcast, boys. All right, so talk to you, man. After everything that we've seen in the last week, all the changes that were made, how does everybody feel so far about the game? So I guess I'll give you guys a quick little overview of everything. Right, we had the Ravens' response to the update, man. Obviously, I think let me start off with that because we know that last week we fucking cooked them, bro. We cooked them on how bad they fucked up and et cetera, et cetera. So I want to show everybody their response to them fucking up. Oh, this is not the right link. Fuck, JD. Okay. Is it? Yeah, this is not it.
I hate Savik, man. It's all his
fault. You
fault.
hate Vic? Yeah, he's no bullshit. I used to like love Savik, but now like if I loved him like 100 before, he's like a 95 for me now. Like he's just a hater. I was
gonna say that guy just loves the drama, man.
I don't know. He loves hating. Anytime he can hate, he'll hate. And like at first it was cute, right? Like at first it was cute. Now it's like, oh, bro, okay, like calm down, Vic. Like enough's enough, bro. Anyways. So look, guys, we have the update here. We have their response to the update. I don't know, FIFA. I guess because you weren't in the podcast last week, what was your initial response to like pretty much the broken game and not being able to play, especially because you were, I would say, one of the main people affected by the update last week. You had around 15,000 people.
I got screwed pretty
and
bad.
And then once you were no longer, they took off nukes, you were about like 5-6K, right? Talk to me. What was your initial thoughts? And then I want to hear and then what did you feel about this tweet right here?
My thing was like, I don't really care about any of the bugs or anything, because at the end of the day, like, we can still play the game. I mean, console couldn't, so that's like a huge L, but obviously that doesn't affect me personally. Like, that sucks for them for sure. That's a massive L. But most of the things seem like things that could be fixed pretty quick. Like the loadout stuff, they always fix that in like 24 hours. That's not, that kind of thing doesn't worry me, to be honest. And I was just happy that the nukes were there. And then when the nukes got taken out, massive L, bro. Because like, even though they redropped it the next day, the hype is gone. Like everyone's viewership the next day was so much lower, and I feel like that's consistently like a problem. Is that they miss like the opportunities to like hit a bang a day. Like when the new game comes out, the last 2 years was a flop at the start, and then they make it so much better at the end. If it was that good at the start, like like that nuke day had so much potential to be like holy shit, and it kind of got chalked, which was a shame. I think, in my opinion, like that's just such a shame. But I mean, I'm happy it's in. They fixed it really quick, and they did a bunch of cool stuff after it, so I think that's dope. I think it was honestly unlucky on their part too. I don't think they knew that was gonna happen.
True.
Yeah.
Go ahead, JGOD. You had something to say?
My only big thing with that is I really thought they would have given bigger notice. Like I felt like a 2-hour notice or whatever the hell that was, and not resetting it. It kind of made it anticlimactic, you know? Yeah. Because Bread's team loads in, they're already doing the nuke, they're done in 9 minutes, and it was like, oh, it's over. Yeah. Everyone goes, you see Bread got the nuke? And it's like, all right, cool. There was not even a race. So Bread, at least it was somebody, you know, they killed it, and it's like, it is what it is. But there's like the hype that it was gone. If they said, hey, you know what? It starts at 10 a.m. Pacific or whatever. You guys start back from 0 wins, get it. And then it would be like, who's going to be first? And then slowly over the 2 hours, your viewership would have spiked, and it would have been good for the category as a whole. And it would have been nice, but it was just like, So then everyone's like, oh, and it kind of felt like even more negative about it. And then they came out with this tweet, which I think the tweet's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, bro, but I don't understand why they took the nuke out, because like the nuke still worked. Like the Spanish guys or Mexican guys, they did the nuke after. Like what they did is they clicked play again after the update came out, and it basically allowed them to roll it over. Because I DM'd them afterwards, asked him how he did it. So they still managed to do it, and the nuke wasn't bugged. The only thing that was bugged was like, you know, the loadouts and all the other things, whatever. Yeah. But the actual nuke wasn't bugged, and they didn't take loadouts out. They didn't take any of the other things out. They didn't pull the update completely. The only thing they actually removed was nukes. But why? The nukes themselves weren't bugged.
Yep.
So what was the point in taking them out?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they were kind of like, hey, look, our game is not working properly. Some people might not even be able to get a nuke with no loadouts. Like technically, they were in my head. The way I'm thinking about it is like, oh, the only people that are going to be affected by this is the top 0.001%. So that's the only thing that I can think of why they decided to take that shit out. I mean, it sucks for you, Fif. I think if anybody, you were the one most affected by this, obviously from your stream and all that stuff. Not to say that nobody else was, right? But like, obviously you had a banger ass day of streaming and stuff like that. So like, what's your kind of opinion the day after it releasing? I got a lot of hate on Twitter because I was like, yo, like props to them for fixing it this fast. And I asked people, I was like, okay, look, if this was IW, how long do you think this would have taken to fix? And then
nah, you can't do that. Bro.
I mean, bro, I was getting hate on the day of the update because I was like, I don't care about what's broken. I'm happy we got nukes. And then nukes got pulled, and I was like, well, shit.
You're like, fuck. Look, man. So what's your thoughts? I mean, even the community, I want to hear what everybody is saying. Like, there's two questions here, right? One, do you all think that they play tested this before? Or do you think that there's no play testers? That's one question.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I went through this on stream. But bro, people that say like, oh dude, just poor QA testing, oh they just don't care. That's just dumb. Like bro, there are billions of dollars on the line. There's hundreds of people who dedicate their lives to this. Like bro, it's not like they just go beep 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 beep, type in some code and then let it fly and just hope for the best. Like that's just not how these things work.
I know.
They definitely tested it. They definitely put time into it. And then something like there's so many variables, bro.
Well,
like there's so many variables. Things
they say it here.
One of the guys, there was a guy on Twitter. He was a former dev, not for Call of Duty, but a dev in general. And he just talked about how this could potentially happen, where they do a thing where there's the live product, which is what we normally play in. And then they have a clone of that. And then there's like a copy of the clone. And then what happens is there's like 47 departments all working hand in hand. But somebody goes, oh, we'll make this change over here. Shouldn't do anything different. But then as soon as that change happens, now that version of the game is different from the cloned version.
Yeah. And then something
fucks up. They would have to make a new clone. So when they make all these changes, they're not accounting for that one instance. So then when it actually throws it in, they're like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So I don't know how accurate that is to that example, but it sounded plausible enough where, all right, that makes more sense to me. I mean, so it was play tested and their version of the game was probably perfect.
I just think we all met the guys. They're passionate about the game. I'm sure you guys obviously get like, you know, DMs and feedback and give feedback about what you think could change.
Yeah.
And things do get changed that we talk about, like now at least.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're probably doing a job that is the task of double the team that they have under a time frame that isn't realistic. And like, bro, for example, like the boys thing, Activision probably has a contract that says this like drop, whatever, has to come out this day. So the update has to be that day. So they have things signed in place that they have to do it by that time anyway. So they don't have a choice. And even if they say like, hey, this isn't like fully done or whatever, bro, the devs don't get to choose that. So I just think it's unfair for them to for people just to throw hate at that. And then also you get people that just like, they start talking like, oh, dude, it's just lazy playtesting. Like, bro, they don't know. None of us are coders, bro. Like, it's so much more complicated than just someone typed the wrong number somewhere and it broke everything.
How much they paying you, FIFA?
That's what they say. That's what they say. No, I agree with FIFA. I think the biggest thing that people don't understand is obviously we've gotten invited to these to visit the devs and, you know, a lot of these play tests and shit like this. And it's like, we know that they're passionate about their fucking game, bro. Like, and I think there's some type of miscommunication between the people, like obviously everybody that plays the game and the devs, right? Like I think for sure there's play testers. Everybody thinks that they don't have any play testers. I think I'm like I would put my life on the line that there are play testers for sure, without a doubt. But
didn't they tell us that they all test the game like 2 hours a day?
Yes,
there's like hundreds of people that play it all day, every day.
Okay, I don't know what we're allowed to say and what we're not allowed to say. So, but yes, they do play test it. They play test it, right? I don't think you're gonna get in trouble for that.
Every video game ever have play testing.
Yeah. They play test.
If you had a game development team that didn't test their game, what's the point, bro?
And then we have people like Burke that say, "Oh, you guys just want more invites." It's like, no, like.
I'm not even getting the invite.
A lot of it just comes down to like, look, man, like. There is servers for testing and there's servers for like live testing, right? Or like whenever it goes live. Dude, you go from play testing, I'm just gonna throw out a random number, like 1,000 people play testing something, to 100,000, 200,000, whatever the number is. Like if something goes wrong, it's like, fuck, like that sucks. Now their response to how fast they fix shit is where at least me personally, where I judge and be like, okay, like, do they care enough to fix that shit ASAP? Or is it kind of just like whatever to them, right? That's my opinion. But again, like, yes, it's $1 billion company, you know, that shit, right? But it's like, I don't know, at least for me, I have more compassion because I know that these motherfuckers care. Like, I guess FIFA and I, we all of us, we've met them before and we know that they want a good product. But I think a lot of people just don't understand that, like,
I mean, bro, just because Activision is worth billions doesn't mean that specific dev team have billions of dollars to throw at things. They'll have a budget. Like, I don't know. But I think they did a good job. I think that they kind of messed up by how they did it. Like, just like JGOD said, 2 hours, Nuke's coming out, guys. And then people were getting, like, bro, Brett had only been live 10 minutes when he got on.
That's insane.
Like, bro, he dropped the nuke 30 minutes into his stream, and I had more viewers, like, on game 4 than he had doing the nuke, because there was none of that build-up. No one knew. It just happened. Like, half the people, bro, it came out at, what, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, bro? People were still asleep, bro. Like, I don't know.
I didn't even know Brett got the was the first one?
Yeah,
he was
world's
first.
first. Raven even tweeted it out.
Red, Lula, Brolic, and Twisty.
See that's the thing. Think about how crazy that is.
Or
That like because of that, obviously it's not anybody. It's obviously like Raven's fault, but because of that, like it's not Breadman's fault. But like I didn't even know. Like when the update first came out, I was like, yo, like okay, these guys are pretty close to it. FIFA's gonna,
we were like 5 minutes ahead of Husk and them. So and like if that happened, everyone would have known because everyone was like going across. Like Sim and them had hella viewers, and then they lost the game, and then all their viewers came over to me because I was next in line. It was like trickling down.
Yeah.
And like it would have spread out. If we failed our attempt. First one, then it would have all gone to Husk and then Bread, and then it would have been insane.
Yeah, I mean,
oh man,
it sucks, right? I mean, I'm glad that they fixed it. I mean, nukes right now. What do y'all think about the nukes? We talked about it a little bit before the start of the before the podcast, but again, I think they're just a little bit too easy. Nukes right now, and maybe that's a top 0.001 percent, right? I just don't think that they give us that same dope. I mean, as before. Ebatez, what do you think?
No, I definitely agree with you. I think the stealing aspect is going to add a lot to that. Maybe they're kind of giving everybody a shot right now to get their own nuke or whatever. And when stealing comes, it'll make everything so much more difficult. So maybe it's kind of like a low breathing ground. But I do agree with FIFA. Like the build up to it kind of sucks the way they went about it. But I mean, you got to make game time decisions. I'm sure there's a reason behind that decision, but that we just don't know. But it does suck that there was all this hype, and then like you guys said, they didn't reset wins or anything. So Brad just kind of got the nuke, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope FIFA said it too. FIFA, you think they're easy, right?
Oh, I mean, bro. We dropped me bonking them. We're doing the nuke with every gun, bro. We dropped 18 nukes in one day with different guns. Like it's free, bro. Like, I don't know.
18?
But yeah. I mean, bro, I've had like 30 nukes right now, and they've been out for like 3 days.
The wins stack quite a bit too, right? For everybody. Like, can you get 5 wins in a row, not call your nuke, get 5 more wins in a row? Will that get you 2? Like before?
I don't think they stack.
No, they don't stack. There is a stacking thing with the 5 wins in the 30 game thing, whether intentional or not. But we worked it out. It's actually possible to get 26 nukes in 30 games. If you were to go on your 5 win streak as a 4-man. Yeah, you go on a 5 win streak and then win all the nuke games, and then you could chain it and get 26 out of 30.
Interesting.
If you never lost a nuke game, if you just popped up
if you guys
every
did
single one. Yeah.
That is insane, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, man, it's something to do. I think right now the whole stealing the nuke is not possible. Whenever that comes out, I definitely think nukes will be a lot more fun, right? And just in general, man. But I mean, all right, let's kind of go up to the changes.
Did you see my tweet? Did you see my tweet yesterday about the 10 things I would change?
Yes,
the game?
I have that at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, so I was gonna put the nukes in there for that.
Okay.
But I wrote it out, and I wrote like all the things I think that can make the nuke harder, and then like just writing it out, bro, I just realized it's such a like 1% take.
Yeah.
Like, bro, talk to anyone in chat, no one's dropped a nuke, bro. Like it's so, I mean,
I bet you they haven't gotten 5 wins, let alone 5 in a row.
Check.
How
many of y'all dropped the nuke so far?
Successfully.
Yeah, but don't lie. Come on, chat. Type a 1 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat.
Me.
Type a 1 in the chat.
Okay, well, while they're doing that, it's kind of interesting with the thing that I haven't heard really anyone complain about when it comes to the nuke. But people are pretty vocal about this Covert Exfil and this weapons case.
Wait, has that came out yet?
No.
Okay.
But everyone was really pissed off about it before it came into the game.
Yeah.
But they add these DMZ elements like the Geiger counter. That's not a zombies thing. That's a DMZ thing.
Oh, careful.
And they do the weapon safe. But I haven't heard one of you guys complain about those things. And those are clearly from that vaulted mode that was part of last year's Warzone.
What are you talking about?
Well, but that's part of the nuke though. So that's wicked.
Is it though?
Yeah.
JGOD's tried, dude. JGOD misses DMZ so much. Oh my
I
god.
actually don't.
I do too, baby. Back to back
champs. But what I will say is, it is funny that there wasn't as much backlash around the nuke, even though those elements are very much similar to the weapons case and that Exfil chopper.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
Oh, I see. I mean, but it's a nuke though. Like, they're all to a nuke, so it gives it a purpose. Like, I don't know. Like,
the difference is, I think they were gonna add the Covert Exfil as something that people could do every single game. The nuke, you have to fucking earn that, and it's only a small percent of people that get to do it. It's not like every dad can just jump in and Covert Exfil. It's like a small group of people get to drop a wicked.
But how do we know? what Teddy said, he said less than one person per match would have done one.
Look, I agree with your take though. I think that in my opinion, Raven or like they should not have taken off that game until we tried it. Like it sucks that I don't even again, I think it's kind of it's not it's DMZ, but let's try it. Let's try it. Try it, and if it's broken, then we didn't even get a chance to try it, bro. I don't know. Am I faded for that? Am I faded for that?
Guy might be faded.
We have dude. What if it does not?
Balance take, because I bet you if they would have said, hey, you know what? For this nuke, before we got a chance to try it out, and you guys got to do these nukes that are easier. It would have been like, oh yeah, we're adding the Geiger counter as the first step. You know that thing from DMZ where you had to grab the contract, you grab the thing and you run around and then you get the item out of it because it goes to 9 whatever. Oh, and the second part, you have to guard a safe. You guys would have been like, oh my God. Oh, DMZ. Oh my God.
I don't think so, JGOD.
Oh my God.
It's part of the nuke.
There's steps it's parts of doing the nuke.
No. If a Covert Exfil was part of the nuke, what do we do now?
We Covert Exfil, baby.
I'm freaking
No, I mean, that's just a, what you call it? Like a devil's advocate. Like, I actually don't care. I think that
you know what, bro?
Is cool regardless.
Now you say that's hella funny because you know when the nuke goes off and you don't actually see a bomb go off, you go into a heli. Maybe that is the Covert Exfil.
It just repurposed the animation and shit.
They just called it the nuke. They were like, yo, what's this, boys? Hold up. Call this the nuke. Now everyone's like, yo, this is dope, bro.
Look, I mean, they're still, are they bringing it in? That game
they
mode?
said later on in probably like an LTM style mode.
Like a playtesting mode.
Okay.
Where it'll be like, there'll be another mode. It'll just be like a variant of BR. Maybe it's like not resurgence, but buybacks, or it'll be one of those style modes. And they'll go, by the way, we're testing out the Covert Exfil in there with the weapons. That's more than likely how it'll go, because they still want to test it in the BR setting. But the problem is people are going to play it differently because
it's a limit.
The stats won't count. Yeah, the stats won't count. So the whole dynamic and data they pull from it is never going to be accurate to like the real game.
Okay.
But it'll still be there. That's at least how I envision it based off what they said. It'll come into a mode later on, but not standard battle royale.
Okay, that makes sense.
I like that they didn't add it, bro. Like I could just tell if they dropped that, they were getting cooked.
You think? I mean, what if they up the player count with that?
I mean, listen.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I think
you're one of the people that
same
thinks
argument as the nuke, bro.
You're one of the people though that thinks that the player count is good right now.
I think it's fine. I mean, they definitely could. My thing is, like, it works because there's so much stuff to come back. But if you looked at my tweet yesterday, though, I did say upping the player count or making the game longer would be better because wins just don't feel as satisfying anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
In this game more than ever, people care about their kill count rather than winning the game because there's no point in this game, at least, where you struggle. There's no, like, chalked regaining phase. Like, there's no, like, oh my god, how did we win that? We were in the bottom of the barrel. I was running around with a pistol trying to find money, and then I killed the guy and I had, but like, there's none of that. It's, I found a flare.
We've covered this, like, honestly, we've covered this, like, many times on this pod. Like, we've always talked about how, like, it doesn't feel like you have to value your life. Like, the big map, especially, big map's just like a giant resurgence mode.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't feel like Battle Royale too much.
We were saying, though, if it's probably because of the casual player base. They just want to hop on and enjoy their game and not, like, worry about it, but...
I mean, look at Rebirth. Look at the success of Rebirth, right? Like they probably saw the success of Rebirth, saw that it's very casual friendly, and said, "Hey, we want to try to implement that into BR and make a more casual friendly version of BR." And I mean, they're doing that. And again, like, what is there's no public information for player count, right? For things like that. Like, I wonder, is it doing great? Is it doing bad? We don't know that, but
you don't know for sure. The only thing you can do is when the monthly active users come out for their quarterly report, you can do some like backwards math to subtract the mobile users because I think the mobile data is public.
Oh, okay.
So then you can kind of get a rough estimate, but reality, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
that's
tough.
They're like Steam users.
That's what people use,
it's such
right?
a small number too.
Yeah, it's like super small, but you can it definitely reflects like the periods where the game's been doing well. The Steam numbers will be up and down, like super rough estimate. But
like,
to touch on what FIFA's saying though, I kind of agree with him too. I think the player count right now is fine, just because of how everything that we have, like Gulag tokens, redeploy packs, flares, everything, buybacks or fire sale, whatever. I think it's fine. Games feel like they don't feel like you're searching for players all that much. But definitely something to like keep note on, like, you know, whenever we get ranked, if we ever do get ranked Warzone, like, you know what I mean? So that hopefully those adjustments are made, because right now the public playoffs is just, it's pretty casual. So whenever we do get ranked, hopefully it's a little bit more competitive feel.
I mean, my thing that I thought is like, bro, look how many people are dropping 50s and 40s. I feel like there was more 50s and 40s in the first week of this game than any of the other ones. Like, you're seeing more consistent high kill games out of everyone.
You think?
Well, I think part of that has to do with the regain opportunity. As I know you say that's more of a casual element, but that benefits good players in general better. Because like, if let's say you have a bad death, which can happen in the map because it's big, maybe somebody's in the corner, you get one shot sniped, you get like a double gulag because you lost the first one because they were doing some stair cheese, and then you still get a chance to come back, and then you get a gulag token off of most wanted or whatever the hell. But you got all these elements. The good players are generally going to benefit from them the most, right? Because the camper, they're going to play slow until the end. They're going to die, and that's it. They probably don't win their gulag. Versus the good player wins their gulag at what's your win rate? Probably like 80% or something stupid. That you come back and you win. You know what I mean? So I think the mechanics, it benefits both sides, but for different reasons, I think.
Yeah, I think it does just make it like feel unrewarding for like the better side of the players, though.
Yeah, for sure.
That was one thing I thought about the nuke. I think the nuke's too easy as well, like because the game is so fast and there's less players coming at you. I mean, bro, if you played that resurgence mode we're playing for that 50k that you won, bro, every game's over in the second circle. There's like one team left when resurgence closes.
I was watching.
It's a custom, right?
No.
No. So it's just
2v2 resurgence on the Urzik stand resurgence.
Yeah. Oh, because it's only like 40 fucking players, bro.
Yeah, there's only 40 players, and the whole lobby's on. None of the games go past the second zone. It's like 10-minute games.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I didn't know y'all were playing it on that shit, bro. That's tough.
Yeah. Well, dude, here's the thing I don't understand. Like, if they're making the big map more resurgency, why do they need big map resurgence? It's the same thing. Like, if you're gonna make a fast mode of it, make it like 80 players and let's just go rogue, bro. Like, let me do some crazy shit. Like 40 players and everyone's dead. Maybe a jailbreak every game. Like, make it active.
Yeah, I don't understand how, like, why, like, for example, like Vondo, obviously it's a bigger map, but there's what, 75 players or some shit like that?
72.
72. And then but then you have Fortune's Keeps with like 50 something.
Yeah,
I think 52 or 56 or something.
Like, how crazy would the pace be by increasing it by like that 10 to 20 player count, right? Like, is it that big of a deal to do it? I don't know. They have probably numbers that show.
Well, there's a lot of variables. It's even beyond the player count when it comes to resurgence, because like when you open a chest, how much it cuts down on the time when you get it down, what the overall timer starts at, what that number changes to with each zone. There's a lot of those variables that are geared towards the lobby dying by third zone or whatever the case is.
I don't know. They probably have numbers. Were you saying, Fif?
Yep.
The big map becoming more resurgency, right? Like, I wonder if when they bring out Rebirth, are they going to still keep that like mentality, or are they going to let Warzone be like Battle Royale and Rebirth be Rebirth and let them be separate? Because otherwise you're just like kind of making two of the same thing.
I think it just depends on player count. I feel like
I think more than likely what will happen is you're going to have Resurgence, and then you're going to have Ranked, which will fulfill the Battle Royale part of it. And then you're going to have this hybrid, which is what we have now.
I like that. I think that's a W.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I think it's just going to depend on player count, man. Whatever the player count is telling them, if for whatever reason their player count is crazy through the roof right now, they're probably not going to change anything. If their player count starts to decline, they'll probably start. I mean, it's always, they go to the numbers, right? That's probably what it is, man. But I mean, more or less, besides that, guys, what do y'all think about the game so far with the new updates? I mean, look, bro, they just did the MTZ Interceptor nerf and the Swarm nerf. Do you guys feel like this is enough? How do you guys feel about the changes so far made to the game with them? Even the Lockwood, they you know, it came. That's another thing, right? With like, how did that come back into the game? That just kind of shows there probably multiple builds, and somehow, some way they can get mixed up. And then so they nerfed or they vaulted the thing that makes the Lockwood one shot again. And then they nerfed MTZ and they nerfed the Swarm. What's y'all's opinion so far on all the updates for this? What do y'all think so far?
Game feels great in my opinion. I feel like I've been, even today I was playing Vondel and I was trying like so many different guns. You know, people were in my chat like giving me different builds, like, yo, try this, dude. So like I've been having fun. I've just been using a bunch of different loadouts and everything feels like pretty like viable. So it's been a lot of fun in my opinion as far as like metas.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Fif?
I agree. I'll back that, bro. Like doing that nuke with every gun thing. Sometimes I'll build like some random gun and I'm tearing with it, and it's
not bad. Yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, I guess I don't want to hop around from topic to topic, but I will say this, man. And I guess this was going to be one of the last topics I discussed, right? But people said we made a rule set last week, right? And we banned a lot of things, not a lot, but like, you know, things that we thought shouldn't be in the game. And people were saying, oh, this is going to be so boring. Everybody's going to be using the same guns. And one thing I commented, I was like, look, man, like just wait, try it out and see what you guys think, right? A lot of the times people don't understand that when you ban certain things, it sometimes can lead to a more variety of guns used. For example, I got the list of every gun that was used in yesterday's tournament, right? The first tournament we've all saw was, what are the two guns? What's it called? Swarm and the either Tac Eradicator or MTZ. Those are the only ones used, right? And so yesterday we had the Tac Eradicator for ARs. BAS-B, the RAM, MTZ Interceptor, MTZ 762, and the SVA. Those were all the ARs used in yesterday's tournament. Then secondaries was the Swarm, the AMR-9, the Striker-9, and the BAS-B as a sub. Those were all the different guns that were used. So because we banned certain guns that were broken or whatever, like that now allowed the pool to kind of be like, okay, now all of these guns are viable instead of it just being 1 to 2 guns. But again, a lot of people don't see that, and that caught. Hey, that tweet got a lot of people like, oh my god, this is gonna be so boring. Like you know, like it's gonna be. But there's a reason why we ban certain things, so that way there can be a good variety of guns. How did you guys feel? I mean, it's you didn't play in it, right? And neither did you.
We watched.
But from what we watched, I was very happy to see the variety of guns used. Like,
yeah. It's like a new feeling, like, you know, I mean, it's kind of like we were talking about with ground loot changes and stuff, like, you know, how every season we're like, we hope for new ground loot. It's like a new feel, you know? So every time we tune into a new perspective, we're seeing, oh, yo, OP Mark's using the Tac Eradicator with the thermal on it. We go watch, you know, a different team. They were using like the MTZ 762 as a semi-automatic. People are using the RAM, Iron Sight, and then Youngstas used the RAM with the red dot on it. Youngstas had the red dot on it, and we were like, yo, this is a build that we didn't see either. Like, he was the only one running it, and he was fine with it. So it was really cool. Like I said, as a viewer, I was like, this is awesome. And I was really enjoying, like, it's just so nice to have like a balanced meta when anyone can use preference. You know, it's not just like you have to use what you have to use.
I think over time that'll definitely become like less broad, because, you know, right now if the main things are banned, people don't know what's the best. It's like when the game comes out, you see someone using like this, and then all of a sudden everyone gravitates towards 1 or 2. Yeah, I think that's always gonna happen.
Yeah, and it probably would have happened even more yesterday if they didn't ban the HRM.
Yeah,
well, everybody would have been on the HRM for sure.
I'm sure.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. But after today, I think it's going to be a split between the HRM and the AMR. Fucking these acronyms, bro.
Yeah,
Can't we just name these shits fucking real guns?
Wait, what do you mean after today?
They buffed them.
The AMR-9 was buffed today.
They buffed like 5 guns. The
Hector had nappy time earlier.
The AMR.
No, I was at the doctor.
They buffed the fire rate by about 6%. So its TTK is actually sub 600. They rebalanced the way the damage profile works. They changed the aftermarket part, so now it's actually usable. It's not meta, but it was a win from like unusable before to now it's like, oh, that's a cool gimmicky gun that's like maybe for content. And then you have all the other ones, like the burst one on the Holger, the other one on the, what's the stupid one that makes your gun go stupid fast? The Thunder.
Oh, the Sidewinder.
Hey, we had a meeting. Yeah. We had a meeting about the podcast today, or not meeting, but like through text. And this wasn't brought up.
Bro,
what the heck?
You don't follow all the podcasts. There's like 7 of them.
Bro, yeah. I was at the doctor today, bro.
Me and my girl were like busy and stuff.
Oh, hell no. Okay,
me too,
she's
bro.
hot,
I must have missed that.
She's like really pretty.
Okay, look, I have it here. I have it here. So let's talk about each gun. Holger 556.
Before we get into that part, this is why it was also kind of hidden. It was in the multiplayer part, but the types of changes they made also carried over to Warzone because of how they changed things. So when it comes to this jack signal, it increased the gun kick or whatever. They're modifying the base use of the gun. They didn't actually modify damage in this setup.
So it's only for the aftermarket parts. Is
for
what you're
those
saying?
Specific ones, yes.
Okay. All right. Listen. So Holger 556. This is an aftermarket part, the jack signal burst, right? That is. So it increased gun kick control. So it made it less recoil across the board and increased the delays. So, has anybody tried these?
Decrease to make it
faster.
It'll fire faster.
So have you tried these, JGOD?
No.
I tried all of them. The Holger 5.56 sucks. The Sidewinder sucks. The AMR 9 was kind of fun with the 100 round mag, like with the conversion kit. It was fun. It wasn't bad, but I think just no conversion kit, 50 round mag is better. The Rival 9 was ass. It was a burst, but it wasn't like too bad. It's like viable. Like you can use them on like for pubs or whatever. It was fun. But you will get gunned if somebody's using like a HR 9 or the AMR 9.
Okay.
But they were like fun. Like,
I don't even hate that. Like,
but before that, they were unusable.
yeah, they were.
Now
unusable.
you can use them.
Now you can, like,
the
pub.
Holger and the Sidewinder, in my opinion, are still unusable. Those are
Yeah.
horrible.
The delay is way too long. I think
They're bad.
that one though, the Sidewinder one is probably like a good, like silly one for zombies because of that ramp up. You're gonna get the time to ramp up, and you'll get all those shots at that high rate of fire.
I agree.
Not like in pubs. Oh, cool. Let me ramp. Oh, 15 shots. I hope you're dead. Oh shit, I'm dead now. Like what the fuck are you supposed to do? I don't know. So that's just silly.
Bro,
Some of them,
the
but
Sidewinder, by the way, when you use that conversion kick, so I had to get a nuke with that. Bro, if you put that conversion kill on, the mag is humongous, and they put it on the left side of the gun, and your character's right-handed. So when you run, he holds it up, and the mag covers your entire screen.
Yep.
Like, bro, you're centering, like you're just looking at nothing. It's awful. Really bad.
Okay, so
like,
dog shit. So dog shit.
I mean, bro, I don't know why. Just put the mag on the other side so you can actually see it. And then it's less trolly at least.
But that is also something to keep in mind, like what I was mentioning with zombies, is that there are guns that it's okay. Not every gun has to be viable in Warzone.
Right,
as a side note, it can be viable in multiplayer. It can be hardcore game modes in multiplayer. We have a zombies full game mode, and then we also have battle royale, as well as resurgence. There's certain guns that maybe you use more on resurgence than you would use on, especially for like your long range meta options.
Yeah.
It's usually a little different. But
Zombies makes me so sad, man.
What's that?
Zombies makes me so sad, bro. Like, it was so good. Bro, I was having more fun playing that than multiplayer. I ditched multiplayer quick, bro. I was having so much fun.
I mean,
and
that's bias, right?
The duplicating thing came in, and then it was like, wow, everything I've grinded for, and now this goofy ass clown's just got all of it for free.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that really too
camos-wise.
much either. Everyone's using that now every match. It's kind of.
Wait,
Like,
duplicating guns or what?
I'd be running through the red zone.
Well, no,
gunning,
it's like
gunning
the
all
same
these
thing.
beasts.
You could
The
duplicate
same thing, like you know when you were doing your camos and they were dropping the
Sentry guns?
crystals. No, the crystals.
Oh
and
yeah.
that stuff.
I'd be grinding for like 2 hours to get a rare crystal for my gun so that I can put it on the start of a match. And then some guy comes through and drops me like 12 of them. And I'm like, nice, man. Like, great.
Yeah, it kind of devalues
that
the
killed the
entire grind of the game. But that's a whole another side. Because a lot of the zombies people right now, I think they think the mode's like way too easy. But like most of the people talking on it are using all the broken shit every match. I'm like, that doesn't really like give a good indication of how hard or difficult. But that's obviously just an aside.
But yeah, that kind of killed it for me. Like, I think that happens with any game. Like, if anybody just
Exploits and shit,
the hardest stuff, then it just ruins everything.
Wait, bro, there's a fucking DM56. I remember this has a burst, right?
I haven't tried it yet. So the DM56 was really good. Like beginning.
It was
of the
good.
games.
Yeah.
It was really good. So I actually haven't tried this one, but
Yeah, I actually want to try this out, bro. The breacher drone. Okay. I mean, it's just a bunch of bugs, and then I'm surprised on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday, isn't it normal Wednesdays? They're like
going up.
Well, they usually do both. It's usually both. Like tomorrow is the boys nonsense. Well, I say nonsense because we don't even know what it is. It's mainly a sell bundle. But the boys nonsense tomorrow, and then we get the weekly, which I think is week 8. So we'll actually finally get the last camo and whatever's the reward for tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
If you've done all the various weeks. Camera froze.
Baby.
Oh, there it goes. You're good.
Wait, that's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie that they did it like a random ass update to that. I'm probably gonna try them all today. Again, so I mean, look, we were talking about the Pullze check, rule set and stuff like that a little while ago. What I guess let's kind of go over that real quick. What is y'all's opinion on Bird's Eye? Right, Ebatez has his opinion. I have my opinion. JGOD FIFA. What do you guys think? I mean, here, let me go ahead and bring it up as we kind of discuss this. But more or less, there's a bunch of banned items that we banned, and a lot of the tournament organizers are using our rule set, right? So, but one thing that came in.
Did you ban Bird's Eye?
Yes, Bird's Eye is banned. Everybody, you were in there, FIFA, weren't you? Your team?
No.
Wait, why weren't you in there?
No. He's next week.
No. I was saying you were in there in the call.
I think Lennon might have been there.
Lennon was in there. There it is. That's who it was.
I wasn't there. I was asleep.
Okay. So like these are the things that we banned, right? We still have conversion kits here that we need to add.
Yeah.
But bird's eye in general, what do you guys think? Because there's two options you can do here. Everybody said, like right now with the way the rule set is, like you have a lot of RNG. It's if you find a comms vest, you're fucking gonna be flying at kids. If you don't, then too bad. So
I think vest should be just taken out permanently.
but we can't. That's the thing.
Right.
I would love that, but we can't right now because if somebody
You can't take it
accidentally,
off.
if somebody accidentally picks it up, you can't drop it. So
Yeah.
so
The popular vote, like I think bird's eye vote, like I think everyone agreed it was like 30-1 or something that bird's eye like shouldn't be in comp, but Hector and everybody else makes a good point, like where you can't drop vests and we can't like enforce, you know, if you accidentally pick up a comms vest, you can't like tell somebody to break their legs. Like that's just dumb.
But the
So
comms vest is like so hard not to pick up too because it's like black. So usually you're
Yeah.
laying on the floor and you don't even
Right.
see that thing, bro. You just grab it.
right.
so
But
then
having bird's eye and high alert is cooked.
yeah. So I'd say. So what should we do? What do you think is the play here? Do we leave it as is, or do we just re-enable bird's eye again to give everybody a even playing field and it's not so RNG?
I think it should come back just so it's not RNG. Just for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like all the other vests, there is a perk that you haven't banned that you're technically able to put on if you wanted to. Like you can get like Survivor if you want to res quicker, like for the med, but like bird's eye is the only thing where you're banning that, you're hard stuck. The only way to get that is by using a vest.
Yeah, and like Rated said in the chat, it's kind of like one of those things that if you ban it as a perk and allow it as a vest, like you have to sacrifice the vest for another vest. You can't wear 2 vests, you can't wear 3 vests. So if you want the bird's eye vest, you're sacrificing the other 2,
Yeah.
which is the other 3
Yeah.
rather.
So it has like a chain reaction of like trade-offs.
So I mean, what would you say? Would you would you ban it or would you leave it as is? Because I feel like you cannot. At least in my opinion, you can't ban the vest, bro. Like that's gonna. So many people
No,
are gonna
you
get
can't.
forfeited.
Absolutely not. You can't ban vest.
You can't. Yeah.
So
I think bird's eye should be allowed until the vests get droppable. But I also think that there should be like a push made for Raven to do like a QOL update where they make vests droppable. Because you can drop everything. You can drop perks. You can drop all sorts of shit. Like you should be able to drop vests. It's the only thing where you pick it up and it's just perma. You just have it. You can't get rid of it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know why it's not droppable. If perks can be droppable, that should be. You know. Yeah, Rated thinks that it should stay banned. So I guess it's something that again we're gonna put in there. Royal, I mean, if you want to do it now, if you want to put it into the Discord Royal and just tag at everyone and ask them what would they rather vote on one, either have bird's eye, keep bird's eye banned or re-enable bird's eye so that we can update this thing ASAP. So yeah, man. I mean, I guess that's a big discussion right now. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's cheese, it's ass, we don't like it. I personally think it should be banned. I think it should be banned like with the vest as well. But since we can't ban the vest or we can't drop them, just re-enable that shit for now. So
Rated, bro.
What do you say?
No, I do agree with Rated. I do agree with Rated. My take was like, comms fest it's not like a guarantee. So like I was like, we should just keep bird's eye banned, and that way like not everybody has bird's eye. But dude, I see both sides. It's so weird. I just hate bird's eye. Bird's eye is so broken.
say what, FIFA?
I think it'd be wicked if we banned using optics on guns.
Dude, you are faded. All right, bro.
You know how fun tournaments would be if motherfuckers had to run around with iron sights? Like, bro, we'd go from people camping on buildings 8 miles away to people actually scrapping, bro. That'd be wicked.
This guy, wait, what? Yo, you gotta post it on Twitter, Vic. What the heck, yo?
No, this guy is ripped.
I mean, bro, my
Holy.
thing is as well, I love optics, bro. I put red dots on my subs, like even ones that don't need it. I love the optics. I just think as like a competitive game, it would play better if everyone had to fight medium range. Like, bro, part of the problem with like Warzone comp and like Warzone as a whole, to be honest, is like the LMGs, because they have such a big mag that you don't have to put a mag on it, so you get an extra recoil attachment, and then you're shooting this gun that has 100 bullets in it from 300 meters away, and you have no recoil.
Wait, hold on. Now that I think about it, you're right. People would have to be up close fighting. Like you would have to.
You have to actually
So
have
you're really
team
trying to
fights. There'd be
nerf
so much
keyboard
less
and mouse
camping.
players here? Is that what we're trying to do?
No, hear me
They
out,
have
hear me
their
out.
whole arm, dog. Like, what?
Bro.
Hear me out. Snipers, even if it's not a one shot, everyone's just gonna use a sniper.
No.
It
With
comes with the
eyesights?
optic default a lot of time.
No, it comes with a scope on it. Dude, I got 3-2-1 the other day by Bread with the, it wasn't a one-shot sniper, but it was just a bolt action with like insane bullet velocity, and Skullface had like an AR, and they were like 3, 2, 1. Skullface tapped me once in the AR, and then Bread just sniped me, and I was like, bro.
I've always said this, using Bread as an example for anything sniping related.
No, I hear you, because he is the only one. He's
like one of the only people that can do it. You know what I mean?
He's the best of the best.
You can't just like make a whole rule and be like, well, it's still gonna be broken because this one guy is really good.
But if you take off optics, I do think a lot of people are gonna use snipers.
I mean, there's a lot of examples you could even give for the sniping, like being added back in, like because it's voted against, right? The one-shot sniping. But there are times when there's a building that's like 80 meters away, and you're on a roof, they're on a roof, they shoot each other, and they basically just keep shooting each other, and you never get the down, so you can't really do the push because you're not going to kill fast enough. They could just get proned or whatever the case is. But if you had a one-shot snipe, guess what? You know what? You can do the little thing. Mary Poppins over there. You could PA. There's a lot of other things. But I mean, there's a lot of nuance to certain things that does a huge domino. I think if you change that, my God.
I don't think we take out optics. I think he's faded for that.
Crazy.
That's a good topic to talk about. That's a good topic.
I'm not saying necessarily do it, but imagine how much it would change the dynamic.
No, for sure. Little things like that like make a huge difference.
Like, bro, imagine if, because like that's like blackout type of thing, you know what I mean? Like going back to like people aren't always using like just completely busted guns because they happen to rely on finding, you know, attachments and whatnot. Like just using less overpowered guns. Like imagine a tournament where everyone had to use an AR and an SMG. Like imagine how much that would change how the game played. That'd be fucking insane, bro.
I think that's a good thing though. Like one thing I do like about, let's say for Caldera, that shit sucked. Caldera and even Verdansk, right? Like you could shoot people from fucking 2,000 miles away, right? Because the bullet velocity was insane. You could have scopes. Like I think with Warzone 2 and even now this game, you can't really fight like incredibly long ranges at the moment. Like they definitely nerfed the bullet velocity on all guns comparatively to that game, apart from snipers, obviously, right?
Other than the pull me out, that thing. My goodness.
Yeah, the pull me out is insane. But
my goodness.
But because conversion kits are banned, people don't use them, which was great. I thought this tournament was so fun to watch. So another thing that I have here, and somebody said in the chat, which reminded me, what's y'all's opinion on throwing knives?
They are broken. I think it's something that we missed for sure.
Oh wow, dude, I didn't expect you to say that.
I feel bad about laughing about it, but dude, Robstar posted the funniest.
I saw that.
It wasn't funny because there was a lot of money on the line. But dude, I was dying laughing when I saw that because it's so funny because it happens to me every day on Vondel. Like you get in those staircases and people just 300 damage, one throwing knife, and you could throw them quick, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not literally the most RNG thing ever. So
I had an argument with my chat about it, bro. I had gifted on the line for a game, and I had to get like a 30, and I'm cooking this kid. He's one shot, and I'm pushing him like there's no world where he would ever kill me. Even if he stuck me with a Semtex, I had a self, it was over.
Yeah.
And then I run around the corner, bah, and I'm dead. My gifted's gone. And I was like, bro, I outplayed that guy, and I'm dead. And my chat's like, dude, he obviously outplayed you. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Like, no.
Yeah.
Get out, man.
So look, this is my question, right? Like, are enough people out? Like, frags are broken as fuck right now. Like, they're insane.
They are broken.
Are people actually choosing to run throwing knives over frags? I personally don't think they are. Right? Like, Vondo, no, I'm talking about for tournaments, right?
I don't think people would. The thing is like you can get a throwing knife in the gulag. It could be on the ground. It's just like super random, and then again, it just like has like the RNG factor of it. So it's like
you blew off the rip, and
you never push somebody, and you're like, careful, he might have a throwing knife. Like that never happens.
Yeah.
Like you can never plan for that. Like because nobody's gonna use a throwing knife. Unless it's like super situational random, like nobody's putting a throwing knife on their loadout, and if you are, you're a freaking goofball. Like
that's what I'm saying. There's like I don't think we ban it or we even have the vote, of course, because I'll be honest, like sadly that clip with Robstar is like a one in like very minuscule chance that happens because 90% of I'm not throwing shade to whoever killed them, but like 90% of the good competitive players, they're not using throwing knives. Like you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Like
bro, one of the problems with the throwing knife is like rotational AA. Bro, you watch any throwing knife clip, bro.
It looks so bad.
If you watch the throwing knife clips and the kill cam, it's like they go to throw it and then all of a sudden, whoa! Like it just like it's insane, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't get me wrong; they are broken as fuck. But again, for a custom tournament, like our competitive rules,
I don't think it's worth banning. But I do. Yeah, I hear you. But because like I also don't want people to get like DQ'd for spawning in the gulag with a throwing knife and then like you know what I mean. It's like stuff like that we try to avoid as much as possible. You know what I mean?
That was Baba.
Yeah, no, so
What a scumbag. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
wait, what happened? Who
It was
we talking about?
Baba Huff. Baba Huff.
Oh, Baba Huff. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Baba the Huff.
That guy's a rat. No, but yeah, I think throwing knives getting like a rework in the next update would be great. Like, you know, just lower the damage. And then also frags definitely need to be addressed. I know we've talked about that before, Hector. Like
Why
they go
haven't
through.
frags already been addressed? They buffed EOD, right?
They buffed the OD, so technically you could just run that.
But do they still
the
break? Do
strat.
they still go through walls or no?
They're still broken. They're still broken. You go watch Ryda. We could pull up Ryda's Twitter. He posted a clip of him skynading a team, and he got like 3 within.
I love
I
nades.
did see that.
They're insane. I love nades.
They're insane, but I think they are too OP. Especially with the backpack refresh, like automatic. If you throw 2 and then it, 2 more going for your inventory automatically, you could just throw like 6 at a time, and it just like it's insane.
I
Yeah.
like the backpack refresh.
No, it's great. It's great, but the spam nades is definitely an issue.
Yeah, for sure, bro. When someone's got 4 Semtexes that you just can't.
Oh, yeah, I saw that with whose team was it? DJ Moss's team against Destroy's team yesterday. That was insane, bro. Just fuck. They chucked like 7 nades. I'm not even trolling. 7 nades, bro. But I mean,
see that clip? There was like a Twitter tournament with Almond, Soka, and Shifty, and they all laid down Edge River. They just did they sold their souls for a rotation. They get into the edge, and then like 8 nades came over the wall, and they all got wiped instantly. And it's like they went to hell for nothing.
I know. I wonder if we see teams start running trophy systems and stuff. Like I know it's super situational.
That's even like a side note. The bomb drone. That the fact that it leaves you 1 HP is stupid as fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
but we'll go one of those things where it's just like, bro, like, why is that shit in the game? Again, we can't do a lot. Like, it's banned in our tournament, but like, there's a lot of things that I hope that they do for ranked this year, that they kind of address those things. But I mean, they did announce something really fucking dope, boys, and I deadass was wet as soon as they announced it. What are y'all thoughts? We got specialist bonus coming back this year. Finally, I've been begging for this, bro. I've been begging for specialist bonus to come back. This has nothing to do with tournaments, because this will be disabled for tournaments and ranked more than likely. But as far as just having fun in pubs, this is Rebirth Island where it's sitting on, but
Yep.
it's got to come
Hopefully
back.
it's in everything.
It's got to come back in big map too, right? Like, it's got to, right?
And you know, dude, I reckon they're gonna do some Nakatomi type shit.
I do.
Well, how they used to do stuff back in the day is they would always sample or try stuff out in Resurgence. Like they did those crates, or they did where you could sell your gun nonsense or whatever the hell that was.
I
There's
remember
a few
that.
things they did in Resurgence first, and they go, oh, we'll bring that later. The UAV towers, the drones. I think they did 2 first, and I don't remember the order of stuff, but it felt like
were in Resurgence.
Yeah. Yeah, so they did a lot of those things. This could be one of those where we get it, and they get it. It's like a chance to like drop content twice. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, here's it is in Resurgence. Everyone get gassed. You go play Resurgence, and they go, oh, we're gonna drop it in
VR.
VR, and it's like, oh shit, cool. They're gonna drop it at this new POI that happens to be, like you said, Nakatomi Tower.
Like this. So again, if this does come into the game, at least I feel like it's either got to be an event like Nakatomi Tower, or right now, what's it called? What are those shits called? Black sites don't do shit. Like, they don't do anything. Right? Like, maybe there, I would like it in an event, because you're not guaranteed to get a black site or be able to get a black site every game. Because sometimes they have strongholds, sometimes they don't. And then the key, it's RNG finding the key, right? Is there any way to find a key like 100%?
I don't think so.
There's not.
So
But I don't know. I think they're gonna do an Nakatomi thing, because I feel like this year they've been like really listening to people and going back and like really playing on that nostalgia stuff. You know what I mean? Like they're doing all the things that people like the most, and they're bringing back Rebirth, they're bringing back Specialists, they're doing all these things we've asked for so long. So I just, bro, imagine how much it would be if they just,
bro, there's a vault in the city, in the game right now. There's a big bank
in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, if you give me those vibes, Nakatomi vibes, oh my God.
I mean, bro, look at Top High Rise. Top High Rise is under construction, bro. They drop an update, finish building High Rise, and it's right at the tippy top. Some shit. Come on, baby.
Well, even where the zombies, they added the new Warlord is in the little, I can't remember the name of the building now, but it's the main building with the 2 cranes on the outside.
Hello?
Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Your boy like lagged, bro.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what the fuck just happened?
No, because I don't think that's the name of that actual building in the game. I think that's what you're saying. People do call it though. Yeah. So that area, it does have multiple levels and it could have different areas.
That's what I mean. I could definitely see that being like a Nakatomi Plaza type vibe.
Look, okay, so when it does come back, right? Do you guys think there should only be, let's say, example, you're playing quads, there should only be 4 on the map. There should only be like duos, 2 on the map. And then when you die, should it drop?
See, I liked when it dropped in Verdansk. I know a lot of people didn't because people were like, dude, everyone's got one in the end zone. But like, so what, bro? That's just wicked.
Didn't it only drop in Iron Trials, or did they make it eventually?
Yeah, it only dropped in Iron Trials. Yeah.
I feel like it should drop.
Iron Trials?
Yeah, that shit ain't never coming back, buddy. Let me tell you.
Iron Trials was fire. Iron Trials was fire.
Bro, you know what the best LTM of all time, and I'll stand on business on this one, bro. The Iron Trials where they have the siphoning health, like when you full kill someone and get full health.
That was so fun, bro. That was so fun. Imagine they did siphon. I don't think they would do it again, obviously. Like, but dude, that would be so lit. I mean, but
siphoning's just S10, bro. It's so good. Just for good players mostly, man. This is fun. Bro, give me the throw knife out and start cooking shit. Oh, man.
Look, man, they definitely, I think it should drop because then, like, I hated that feeling of, oh, I got something super dope. And then let's say something stupid happens. I'm like, oh, there it goes. It's gone. Like, I can't get it back. As opposed to going to Gulag, coming back, and then I'm like, yo, they're somewhere around here. I'm going to go back and get them back, bro. Like, I want my shit back. Yeah. You know?
Specialist blue balls is crazy.
I think that'd be dope, bro.
And then die. I agree. You should drop it.
Yeah. Okay. So Raven, if you're listening, definitely make it so it drops upon death, and even if it's just like once or twice, like fuck, just like let that shit drop, bro. Fuck, man. I don't know. I like it a lot. I think that specialist bonus is something that we've been missing for the last year or so, and it's something that everybody enjoyed. I don't know why they took it out. But what y'all think about the PA shit, man? The PA stuff that they decided to
I love it.
Add here.
I know a lot of people are concerned. People are concerned. They're like, oh, you can't pre-noti PA people. Like, I mean, if you can't time it now. But I saw a tweet, and I think JGOD, you might have sent this or something, or I saw
Raven said it.
I think I was a catalyst, but they had to clarify because I made a message, so they basically had to clarify the
right. So now, you won't get the actual like lines unless you're in the area. So you can still pre-noti PA people, and stuff like that. I think it's a W, dude. This is so awesome.
I mean, that's obviously perfect that it works both ways. But even before that, I didn't really care because like, how often do you pre-PA something versus how often do you get no-noti PA?
Right.
True.
But I think it's kind of hard though because it's one of those things that it's annoying when it happens to you, but not annoying when you do it. So you remember the annoying ones more frequently.
That is true.
And I think this happens mostly in endgame where you go, okay, I'm going to pre-precision on the rotate because I know they have to rotate this way. And you just do it instinctively. You don't even think. And then a lot of times you'll get the 1 or 2 kill without even like questioning it. Yeah. And it's not like, oh shit, that was so lame. I got 3 of them. No. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen. Yeah. So I think it's kind of a happy middle ground. They still got to test it though, because what does that bubble look like of where you do get this notification on top of where the line is,
Yeah. So does it only come out?
You still adjust your playstyle though. Like if you pre-PA someone, they're gonna see that and still be like, "Nah, we can't rotate through there," and then you can still like get ahead on a rotate. Like you might not knock
exactly.
people.
You can use it as a zoning option.
Like the way that mortar strikes are used too. Same thing.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is great. Again, there's a lot of little quality of life things that I'm like, yo, this is dope as fuck. This should be in the game. Like, again, why? Like, it's one of those things where it's like kind of a no-brainer. Like, if this would have came out upon the game's release, it'd be like, oh shit, we never knew we needed that, but it's here now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like that a lot, man. All right.
Really quick before we forget about specialists, really quick. One thing I think that's going to make specialists extra wicked this year is that now they've introduced like more Warzone specific perks. Like, bro, Mountaineer, or Resolute, whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
Whatever. There's more Warzone specific perks that are like, it's going to make specialists like God tier. And
there's
I really
so
like
many perks that no one even uses.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Little benefits that you just didn't even realize you would get from it. I think
the one,
the biggest one that comes to mind.
What's the one where you can sit in the gas, eradicate or something? You can sit in the gas longer.
Irradiated.
Yeah, and you move quicker in the gas. Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that too. That would be awesome.
Smoke one when you're down. There's so many different
escapist,
ones.
all that stuff.
Like, all of that stuff is gonna be so
you
dope.
move faster while getting shot.
Yeah, I'm about to be feeling like a superhero. Hold on.
Imagine you're running through Zaravan, you're in the gas, you got Mountaineer, you're dropping down, just
Bro,
on the
it's gonna be
craziest
so
rotate,
fun,
like,
bro. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait for special. I just hope it's not no cheese way to get it, and like there's a definitive way to get it, like Nakatomi Tower. If there's a definitive way to do it, and like everybody has a chance to get it once a game.
Remember at one point they allowed you to buy it. What mode was that in? It was like 50K or something stupid.
Bro, it was
remember?
insane. It was insane.
No, I think that was on trials again.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
chat.
I think it was.
Chat, you guys are asking why I keep looking at the left of my screen because I'm looking at my notes.
And I
He's
think
looking
there's
at
a
his wall
bunch
hacks.
of
That's crazy.
there are a lot of Easter egg stuff potential in the game that they could add, because like they had bunkers in all of like Warzone 1, but we didn't actually use bunkers until like the second half of the game.
Dude, the bunkers were sick,
And I think
though.
there's I think I shared the map last time, but there's like 12 or something bunkers on this map.
Yep.
And they're scattered across the map. So there's a decent amount where they could say, hey, we've opened these bunkers up, or maybe they rotate per map or whatever. There could be a lot of variables where those could be contested spots where oh, okay, here's how we get into the bunker. Hopefully they don't do some weird code you got to memorize, but
Yeah. See, bro, like, am I tripping? But I feel like little things like that keep the game so fresh. Like, rewind to Verdansk, there was like so many things over the course of that 2-year period where they added something in game that gave you a purpose to do. Like when Black Site and stuff came out the first time, like it was dope. It was something to do for a while. And then because we did it all year, every single game, it got kind of stale and boring,
Yeah.
right? But for a while, it was cool. And you think about Verdansk, they had the bunkers. You find a yellow key card, you go to a bunker and you get God loot. That was dope. When the underground tunnels came out, you would go to that random one and get all that crazy loot. The foresight, the Bruin gun thing. That
Everything.
was cool. The Nakatomi Tower, that was really cool. There was like all these little. When Stadium dropped, and there was that one God loot room. If you drop through that window, like there was just so many
Red
cool little things.
doors.
And the red doors.
doors too.
Doors were
nut.
great.
Bro,
Bro.
the farm one that had just giga loot in it.
Yeah, like,
that
dude.
was one of those 50
Yeah.
grand, like
Like, you
if
never
got
know,
that,
bro.
You were so happy, bro. You were
Dude,
so happy.
dude, like, see, okay, I think this comes down to, and let's be honest, there hasn't been anything really fun like that since probably like, has it been for Donsk? Right, since they've done like fun shit like that, and I think it's
They had
because
the foresight thing with the helicopter.
Oh,
that came
yeah,
out.
yeah.
That was really cool. I like that.
so like if you think, bro, I think a big reason why is because the last couple years have been really bad, and they've been focusing on making the game good and fixing the foundation of the game, that they don't have time to make fun, cool modes or fun, cool ideas. Now it's like, okay, the foundation is pretty damn fucking good, like, of this game. Like, if they're focusing on making content for us, holy shit. Like,
yeah, bro,
Warzone
bring
might
back
be
some of
back.
those things. Get me in.
Warzone might be back.
Okay, I'll leave it to. I'll take Krampus at this point, bro.
nah, fuck off, bro. Oh my God, chill. Look, man, okay, so let's kind of get into the next topic at hand, man. And this one's gonna be, we're about an hour in. This one, I think, FIFA, you're gonna want to hear about this. I think this is gonna be your favorite one out of all the topics. It's competitive Warzone, man, and there's a lot of things going on in the competitive esports scene at the moment, and so I guess fuck it, I'll go backwards for my notes. But Blizzard just announced, for those of y'all who don't know, pretty much their competitive roster, or their competitive format for this year. And I'll make it very brief. Long story short, they went from having a franchise league to
This is Overwatch, right?
yeah, Overwatch. Yeah.
Okay.
To now,
LWL.
it's now an open league where anybody can qualify online to get to majors, and they have things like, hey, bro, they have an insane amount of things like consistent. How to open this shit?
How's
there you go.
Overwatch is like a cheating problem?
Well, they have Face It, right? That Face It is that is their, I think, their anti-cheat, right? Face It. Or am I faded? I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I don't think that's their anti-cheat. I could be wrong though.
Wait, Face It is CS:GO. So is this a different type of Face It?
It's probably the same company, but that's probably how they're Face It's probably how they're. This is what they use for challenges this year, right? It's kind of how they organize the league.
Yeah, just regardless, I was more thinking like, bro, if we had online qualifiers in Warzone, there would be problems, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely, yeah, but then, like, it's one of those things where eventually it'll get good, but that shouldn't stop us from doing these types of things. Like, look, I mean, let's be honest, FIFA, there's a lot of people that went to LAN and performed fucking dog shit, right? And that doesn't mean that they're cheating, but, like, eventually they will get exposed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen,
But also because people perform bad doesn't mean they were necessarily
Exactly. No, I know. But what I'm saying is eventually, like, these people will get fucking exposed, but that shouldn't stop us from throwing these tournaments.
No, I agree.
Sure.
I agree with that for sure. I was just more like spitballing, like curious, like how is that cheating problem? Is it like under control? Chilling?
I don't know. I have no idea. I guess all this to say is like, bro, like this is probably what's gonna happen to CDL because they're owned by the same company, I believe.
And they literally closed down their league last year, pretty much, right?
Yes,
that was like their last season.
Yeah, they closed their league, and then now they're doing this, which is literally open bracket. They have events all year long. It's kind of fucking insane. It's kind of fucking sick.
Makes me so horny. I can't lie.
Yeah, so I mean, let's.
Bro, I'm gonna buy a third monitor and become a pro in Overwatch, boys.
Bro, okay, no. You think that was crazy, bro? Let me bring up this the next one, bro. Here, you think that's fucking insane, brother? Watch this.
It was like the CWL, right? Had like open quals, like the top.
CWL was
CWL, and before that MLG.
The CWL was peak Call of Duty, bro.
100%.
Challenges team playing Optic for like 100K.
No, and it's like, dude, there's some upsets too, and it's like fucking insane.
Yep.
It's
and they have more stages because they have so many games going on. So it's like you could even get closer to the stage essentially before.
Like, bro, you know what was cool about Warzone or World Series this year is fucking Deusamir came over from Mexico. Nobody expected him to do well, and they fucking turned up and they fried, and everyone and he fucking shit on a lot of the top players. They fucking cooked, and everyone's like, "Yo, these guys are fucking good. Like, it's fucking awesome." So it's like, bro, like, dude, that's what I'm saying. It would open up so much for COD. Like, it'd be sick.
There's a lot. Again, no matter what, it should always be an open bracket format, which we did for World Series of Warzone. It was open bracket. Now it's just how to expand off of that, right? If y'all thought Overwatch League was fucking insane, brother, Fortnite just announced a $7.675 million prize pool for FNCS duos. This is fucking.
That's insane.
Dude, like, you want to talk about fucking money? Brother, they're playing for 7 million. 7.6 million.
I mean, bro, I feel like Fortnite's always at the bar for like everything, bro.
Yep.
I mean, they put on probably the best esports event of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, World Cup was insane.
Fortnite World Cup, probably, would you agree? Best esports event of all time?
Probably.
I agree.
But they never did it again, so that must have been something on the back end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's $30 million. So you can't just be throwing that around every year.
Hey, they be making that in a week, bro.
The map creative shit they do. Have you seen how much those guys get paid?
Oh,
bro?
brother.
Wow.
50K a month for fucking
one guy's making like $1 million a month, bro. It's insane.
Yeah.
Those guys are literally making millions of dollars creating maps. The guy who made the only up one, he made like 3 mil from that map. Like, bro.
So I think the way that they did that the FNCS, they switched from World Cup to FNCS, and I'm assuming maybe instead of just one big tournament to end the year, it's like a bunch of FNCSs, I think, throughout the year. I'm assuming that's the way they went about it. But imagine if Warzone guys had cups, right? Where it's open bracket Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like, and they eliminate people Friday, Saturday, and then championship Sunday. Like, think about the possibilities that we could do if there was some type of fucking, like, it doesn't even have to be a league, bro, but some type of tournament format like this, right? Would you guys prefer?
The viewership they get from that is insane. Like, if you watch the FNCSs, it's like,
do
bro, you
nuts.
got the big guys like clicks going in, and then if he's already qualled or he doesn't qual or he dies to someone, like, it filters through the whole category, and it's so good.
Yeah, and they also do watch parties too. I mean, Antics, like all those guys, they cook, bro.
Especially when there's different regions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even like so Tarek for Valorant, dude. That guy pulls 120K on his watch parties for Valorant. It's insane.
So I mean, exactly, like I'm saying, it's like, bro, and think about how crazy like the possibilities are for Warzone. I feel like Warzone at the moment is very, very new. We are like infancy stages when it comes to competitive, right? So what are some of the things that you guys want to see when it comes to competitive at FIFA as a competitor? What is it that you want to see for that maybe World Series of Warzone turns into, or you know, like
anything,
just anything.
I mean, obviously, you know, like obviously the prizing and consistency throughout the year, and like pre-planning, like rather than just like 5 days before an event, they go, oh, there's $100,000 tournament next week. Good luck, and it's a different format every single time. Like It should be like in Verdansk, I feel like they were more on that with like pre-planning. It would be like, oh, there's 100K this month, and it would be pre-announced, and it would build the hype for it over the year. If there was like a roadmap for the year, I think that generates a lot of hype, gets people ready for it. Like even just having that set increases the viewership and the hype, and then it allows people to train for something and know that something is coming. Because I feel like even when World Series got announced last year, a lot of people that disappeared from the game came back. Like just knowing that's there encourages people to grind more, and I think that's good for the scene in general, and also for like viewership and stuff. But if I can pick one thing, bro, give us customizable private messages. Like change what is in the map.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like go in and maybe we don't want vests in, we can take them out. Maybe we don't want this conversion kits in, take them out. Like so that it can't possibly go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, okay, apart from that, right? Because I feel like, let's just be honest, not in a bad way, but that's like bare minimum. Like that's what we should have, right? Like, but I'm talking about more of like, okay, do you guys want to see a league, right? And this is another question. If there was we're working on some stuff in the back end, so stay tuned for an announcement very soon. But when it comes to competitive and like, would you want to see something like Apex? Right, where they have, I think it's like 8 months out of the year, 9 months out of the year, they do a league and something like that. Or would you want to see something like Fortnite, where it's like it's more online, consistent stuff weekly, little cash cups every week,
Definitely
every other week. Fortnite,
100% cash cups every week.
Yeah,
I think just having that consistent thing keeps people coming back to watch. It keeps people having something to like pursue and grind for. I think that definitely.
Bro, when we had 2 months in between stage 1 and 2, I literally took vacation. I was so bored. I was like, last year when we had World Series, I literally took vacation. I just didn't play the game. Like, so yeah, I definitely agree with Fif. Consistency is huge.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it just makes things interesting as well, especially seeing that like COD has that life cycle of like comes out super hype. It's okay for a bit. They might do an update, and then the last like 4 months of the year are just miserable. I think that would like really help like flesh out the year, to be honest.
Bro, if they did, I don't think people understand, like if they did cash or cash cups, right? And they made it to where they dwindled down the open day Friday, dwindled down to only the top 2,000 qualify for Saturday, then the top 1,000, then Sunday. Like, bro, the amount of like, I feel like it's a lot of upfront costs probably, right? Like to set that up, figure out like the coding, all that shit. But after that, it's self-sufficient. You just throw a tournament and like again, apart from the prizing, right? Like, that definitely should be the way we kind of do things. And then on top of that, host LANs. And how do you qualify for LANs? You could do a cash cup, right? The same way they do it with it. Like Fortnite, let's be honest, is the gold standard. They are. They're the gold standard for how they do things.
For everything.
For everything. And it's like, if we just did that, like if we kind of did that route, bro, imagine how crazy Warzone could pop off.
I mean, the problem is though, it's not that like they don't want to do that. It's more like the company running it. Like Epic is super willing to just throw money at cool ideas and they just pop. Whereas like I feel like Activision's not just gonna throw like fucking millions of dollars at Warzone.
I have a question. Why do you think that we haven't done anything to do with like World Series where Dota does it, where they have a compendium every year for their international tournament, and 25% of everything that's purchased as far as the compendium, anything to do with the international, goes to the prize pool? Like, how come? Why? No, I know. That's why I'm asking. Like, why?
So there's a couple different things. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just think like, bro, COD they have their player base and they're always gonna buy skins. Like people are gonna buy skins regardless of the Warzone people. So
my understanding of it,
money, why would they give us it?
Is it's too inconsistent with COD, right? So for example, if we did this prize pool and we did that concept back in Warzone 1, the prize pool, do you think it would have been larger or smaller than Warzone 2?
Larger.
In Warzone 1, right? Infinitely.
Not doubt. Yeah, infinite.
So the problem is because COD comes out annually, there's too much fluctuation. Way too much fluctuation in the prize pool would have been too insane. That's my understanding of it, is that the versus like that game, it's going to be the same game 10 years from now.
I also just think they know that they're going to sell those skins regardless, so why would they give us that money? Like, why would they give?
They could come out.
That's why instead of them putting, for example, because it costs a lot of money to make a skin, right? It costs a lot of money to make camos, to make a skin, to make an operator, and so instead of, I guess it's a gamble, right? Because they would have to put up front, let's say, I don't know how much it is, right? For to make a skin, but make that, okay, label this as, yo, this is the crowdfunding skin for Warzone, right? Put in however many hundreds of thousands of dollars into like this skin. And then how much are people going to buy it? It's a gamble. It's like, it's kind of like they're going to have to see if it's worth their investment. Now, would they make more than 1.2 million, do you think, if they did a crowdfunded camo?
They would make a lot. But the thing is, it's the fluctuation. It's the same way they don't show player numbers and all these other things because it looks bad for investors. But to have these open data as milestones and checkpoints be on their balance sheet, which is their P&Ls, and they can get that all. And they can say, hey, this is how much we made, and we can control this. But these other variables, they just look bad as a number.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So again, this is also something that they probably even like PR wise.
They took out creator codes, bro. Like we don't even have that anymore. So why would they do like a crowdfunded skin? It's just money that they're giving away that they don't need to.
Okay, I see that.
But what I was saying is, even before that part, like these tournaments could be cool, but the reality is even if the Ricochet is working well or not, the trust factor from the general community is that it's not working as good as people think it should work. Regardless of how good it is working or not, the trust factor is not there. Personally, and when I play, I don't feel like I run into anybody. Maybe they're walling, whatever, play Resurgence, whatever. I know a lot of the EU guys, they bitch about it on the timeline nonstop. But I don't live in the EU, so I'm not going to play on their servers to know this. And a lot of times your screen schedules are totally whack compared to what I would watch. So it's kind of hard for me to see that. But I also know that like there's different regional issues where certain things are worse in just other areas. So I think that is a huge part of it. The fact that these top players in multiplayer ranked, a paid game, run into cheaters nonstop. Obviously, they probably get targeted a little bit because they're streaming. But besides that, like there's zero trust factor there if they can run into cheaters multiple times a stream with 100% confidence. And the ego on these guys that are cheating is ridiculous. They go into their chats and say, 5 gifted, please don't report me type shit. Like,
damn.
Like it's fucking crazy.
I mean, even
and that's on the paid version of the game.
Cyrus even said, he was like, if I never said anything, I probably wouldn't have got caught.
See, how is that like you do actually think there's people competing now? I would say more known players that are cheating.
I think we all have our opinions.
Bro, most of the known players have played on LAN though.
Some didn't perform that well. You know what I'm saying? There's like, I hear whispers behind the scenes.
Sample size is too small though. That's the hard part.
I know what Ebatez is thinking, bro. I can see.
I'm not gonna say anything, bro. I'm not saying anything, bro.
Ebatez is there. Hey. Ebatez is there. Is there anybody that you think right now?
I'm not getting into this right now, bro.
You want me to answer?
That's a good topic.
Yeah, if FIFA, go ahead, tell me. FIFA, come on.
Protecting them, Ebatez. No, I'm just like,
Ebatez thinks Vision's cheating. We all know it.
Who?
I tweeted about it. I personally think that Vision SR was cheating, but that's just my opinion, like I said. But let me put this out there. I want nothing more than for him to prove himself. You know what I mean? There's never a time where I've thought somebody was cheating and I'm like, I hope they get caught. What I do say is I do hope that I'm wrong. Like that's what I hope. I don't want anybody to be cheating. And there are competitors in the past who have been permanently banned. I'm not talking about WAG. I'm talking about other people who I'm not going to air out right now. But they made
bro, shit hit the
thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, and they're not around anymore. And what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I might be paranoid, whatever. Like, but dude, there's people that have cheated and have earned money, and it is what it is. Like,
yo, are we gonna talk about that one account, the Hackuzea, that doesn't have his actual voice?
Yeah, what about him?
I think Ebatez is making a bag off YouTube right now.
Oh shit!
Wait, shit. Okay. Did Vision perform really bad on LAN?
No. He had, yeah, he did. He did not do that well.
But his whole team didn't do well.
No, I agree.
They had was good. He had like 11 kills.
No, I agree. And I know people have said the same thing about Dongi. Like Dongi was fucking frying. He had like 70 kills at home, and then he went to LAN and he had like 11, I think. So
and if your team's playing bad, it's hard.
Right. I agree. No, I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah, 100%, especially the way it's set up. But regardless of that, I go getting back to the main thing is that like it's hard because even we're joking about some of it, but there's some truth to that there may be some of these people that we've heard of, but they're not necessarily with 100% certainty that they are or aren't cheating. There's no way to know because you can't trust the anti-cheat well enough that so-and-so is not using a 2D radar, or they're not using a walls, or they're not using some other random shit.
It's so cringe, bro. Like, just, oh man.
What's
it's like this is here.
I can't even understand what FIFA's saying right now.
Yo, people's on fucking 150 ping right now, but he's on 200 ping at the moment.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
lagging
it's just
IRL.
funny, bro. There's some corny ass dude sitting there with his fucking cheats up, his Cheeto dust in his monitor, like.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm a firm believer.
Too, bro.
Oh, I know.
Cyrus, man. Oh.
I'm a firm believer, bro.
Yeah, dude.
These motherfuckers, regardless, bro, like they're gonna get fucking caught, right? They're gonna get caught eventually. At least that's my opinion. Like, I don't think there's ever gonna be somebody that just continues to fucking cheat and get away with it and goes on LAN and is just fucking nasty. I just don't think that, like, I just don't think that's gonna happen, bro. Like, once you're put up against the best of the fucking best on LAN, you're gonna shit the fucking bed. You know, like
even prior to that, though, I think that like people just get any eyeballs on them because what happens is they cheat with like 9 viewers. Then as soon as like somebody sees like, oh shoot, okay, this guy might be nasty, they start getting even the slightest inkling of viewership. People are like, yeah, that dude's a fucking cheater. Like that's how quick that shit happens. The community like does not care. They will jump on someone that they think is cheating if they're think they're legitimately cheating.
So much of it is like how nice the person is perceived to be. Like I hear all the time, like bro, sometimes people get accused of cheating. I'll be in like a Discord, someone goes, do you think this guy's weird? And someone else will go like, nah bro, if you spoke to him, he's way too nice to be cheating. Like, what
the fuck does that have to do with it, you know?
That was only my opinion on Shifty, bro.
The whole Cyrus IQ situation is crazy because, like, I mean, I personally thought he was cheating, but there was like such an inconsistent in his like game, and he was always getting shadow banned, like constantly getting shadow banned. You go look at his tweets; he's like, "I'm shadow banned again, like don't know what's going on."
I've been shadow banned 7 times, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you're hacking, buddy. We'll catch you soon. No, but it is crazy to think. It is crazy to think that, like, I mean, I don't even know to this day. I don't think his account's permabanned or like, and he, 100% admitted to cheating. It's crazy. It is.
But that's crazy. His account didn't get banned, bro.
No.
So
that is insane.
Well, I think it's like from what I see at least, the aim button people get banned like very quickly, especially with the trust factor we have on our accounts. I'm sure you guys have experienced it too. Like our accounts have high trust factor. When we report someone, it checks their account or whatever their system is, and the people that are blatantly aimbotting, gone instantly out the game. Whereas the people that are walling, it's more 50-50. I don't think they're as consistent with like radar and wall hacks as they are with aimbot. Because I think aimbot is super detectable because there's stats that are just so much different than a regular
normal
stat.
people. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like you put walls on, like maybe you win a couple more gunfights. Maybe your win rate goes up a little bit, but it's not going to take a piece of shit and make them a demon. It's just not. So like a lot of people get away with walling, I think. Whereas like aimbot, it's a stat that's directly trackable. Like this person went from not hitting shots to just hitting shots overnight. That's not possible.
Right.
So I think wall hacks, like Cyrus never aimbot.
No, he was just radar or whatever.
Walls,
and
yeah, I think that's a lot easier to get away with.
Wow. I mean, bro, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just like gullible or I don't know. I feel like there obviously is cheaters. I'm not going to say there's not, but I don't think there's anybody at the top, in my opinion, cheating. And
more.
And I definitely think if there is, bro, they will get fucking caught eventually. And like you'll definitely see some people go from, let's say the other argument is like, yo, you can be cheating, get to the top, and then once you're at the top, you stop cheating. But like you'll be able to tell the difference in fucking gameplay, bro. Like, like you'll be able to fucking tell. Like
at some point, like the cheating, the money you win from the tournament cheating becomes not worth it for the viewership if they are like a more notable person.
Yeah, true. But
people see Sim cheating. Why would he cheat? The guy doesn't play tournaments and he makes millions of dollars streaming. Like, why would he
100%.
cheat?
Yeah, it's just people.
Millions! Tell everybody!
He's an SR drain.
Millions! Go heard that, child? Millions!
That guy's an SR drain.
I don't think that's hidden either. Honestly, he's a million. Dude's a super baller, bro.
Bro,
yeah, he don't even pay rent, does he? Like, he always lives.
Oh shit!
Cooking, bro.
He leveled up.
He plays right now. Oh shit!
Yeah, he plays right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh shit. Oh shit. He's balling.
I mean, bro, it's one Google, bro.
Dude, I don't think Capture cheats. That guy is a demon. Like, bro, what does he benefit cheating? Bro, he's got 5K viewers on Resurgence. Like, exactly FIFA saying.
15K subs, bro.
Bro, what? Like, what does he benefit off hacking? That guy's just a demon, and his energy's insane. Like, he's just a good streamer. He's not even like a competitor. Like,
that's what blows my mind. People that say like people are cheating when they don't even compete. What's the point?
Like, what?
Yeah, to play pubs.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't even compete, bro. He doesn't even compete.
No.
You know. So I don't know, man. Like so again, a lot of people just think everybody cheats, and it is what it is. But like, it's one thing for just like when competitors who play against people consistently are like, shit, man, this guy's kind of fucking sus. Like you know, like it's one different when it's like that, as opposed to just like everybody just thinking somebody randomly fucking cheats, right? So I don't know, man. It is what it is. But look, man, let's real quick. Let's talk about the tournament yesterday, and because you guys both will be playing in the tournament next week. These are the top 50 teams, top 30 teams, sorry, or 30 teams in general. Top 15 of these qualify for 2 weeks from now. What was there any surprises this week? How do you guys feel about the tournament? Are you guys excited to play? We do have the people you guys will be competing against as well. I'll bring up that list in a moment. But first, I want to talk about Mondays. How did y'all feel about Monday's tournament? Rule set to who surprised you? What do you guys feel about that?
I think as a viewer, it was really enjoyable. I know we did the watch party for it, Hector, and like, I honestly enjoyed. Like, I felt like I think I told you, I literally like got goosebumps watching fucking Destroyed. Him and Z just fucking frying, and like I'm like, dude, I feel like I haven't felt that in so long. Like just even as a viewer, like just watching and like, dude, this is fucking intense. Like they're playing for something. The qualifier's sick. You know, we got 30 extra teams involved this time around. You know what I mean? It was just cool. So as far as like everything, I mean, we saw a bunch of different metas. A bunch of different teams, bunch of different rosters. There was a lot of like diversity. Like, you know, there's a lot of EU guys in there. Like, it was great. Yeah. So it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for obviously Swag's team, man. That they had a rough 0-point game first game because of the portable radars, and then the last game they actually were in contention.
DC'd one, DC.
The last game they Pence popped off to keep them alive. They were in contention to qualify, and then Booyah Dev-aired. What all they technically needed to do was get to end game, and they were doing very, very good, like up until that point. And I mean, that's tough, man. They had a couple of obviously chalk games, but I think top 15 wasn't that hard the first day. I think FIFA. I think can you say it, because we keep saying that chat keeps getting mad at us. Do you think that week 1 is definitely easier than week 2?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think that's controversial to say. No. I think
I disagreed with that, though. I disagreed with that.
Yeah, but JGOD disagrees with everything we say.
Go back to JGOD.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you guys are saying that. Just because I'm knowledgeable on every aspect, don't mean I'm playing no life zombies.
JGOD does not know ball.
So here's what I will say. Out of that list you just showed, there's about 12 people that you would have bet would have been there, and they were there. Next week, there's about 12 teams that you can bet are going to be there, and they're going to be there. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Maybe you feel like the lobbies as a whole are going to probably be slightly sweatier, but I would bet that the same 12 that we can go through and you can list off the top 12 teams are probably going to be the top 12 teams.
I guarantee you we see some upsets next week.
Yeah, there's more teams where it's like on the fence whether they're going to make it or not.
I definitely think this one is the demon day.
Maybe from the 13th to the 16th, maybe that's where you're saying it's more contested. But I think if you go from the like power rankings, there's 12 teams that are on there that are better than other teams.
I just think the difference between the best, like if you just looked at like something stupid, like average KD across all the teams, the difference between the week 1 teams and the week 2 teams, it's not even close.
Chase with cheese.
I mean, that's the same with like.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Every tournament's the same though. There's always going to be that when there's situations like this, there's going to be an easier week, and I think pretty much everyone, bar JGOD.
I guess we'll see, right?
Everyone except JGOD and maybe Apathy.
No, we're not. I don't think there's anything to see about. We're just saying that this day is significantly harder than
on paper.
Than the first week. Like again, if you grab the overall ratings of both sides. Day 2 is definitely far superior as far as like skill level.
I mean, it's
they have Jay Smooth. Right? They have Jay Smooth in this one, bro. Like these guys better watch the fuck out, man.
I mean,
it's Shadow Man.
it's like the World Series, right? Like there's a lot of EU people that would have told you the EU one was easy or harder, but the NA one was realistically the harder route to qualify through. That's just how it is.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited to watch this one.
There's some EU JGODs that would have said otherwise.
Look, hey, even OP Mark, who competed in this, obviously qualified 13th, said this was a lot easier. All right, so I will say this one's gonna be a fun one to watch. Regardless, I am super excited to watch next week on Monday because I can see there being upsets. I can see people fighting for that top 15 spot. Even here, obviously, there was a lot of teams that I expected to make it and some didn't. And so I don't know. Again, shout out to the team, Irina and Shanice and them, because I really do like this format, allowing more players to play, and it gives you a reason to watch more Call of Duty, right? Day 1, day 2, and then day 3. I wonder, do you guys think, what's y'all's opinion on it being stretched out so far? Do you guys mind it, or is it okay for y'all?
I like it.
Okay, you guys don't mind that it's 1 day a week for 3 weeks?
I think the more like spread out things are, the more prepared people are to watch them. Like, bro, like with the FaZe tournament that was 1 per week, like there were people in my chat that were like, you know, clearing their evening so they could watch me compete in that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the worst thing's when you miss like your favorite streamer's tournament. Like even if I'm busy and I miss a tournament, it sucks. But if you've got like weeks in advance to be like, all right, that day is that tournament. I'm not gonna miss it. I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna forget it. It builds the hype up. Everyone's ready for it. It's just better.
Okay. I like it. I wonder, the biggest concern for me was I was like, okay, will it lose its hype if you know, by doing that, right? Will it lose its hype? I don't know. But like, I mean, viewership for the first week, a lot of people didn't understand it. They were in the watch party asking like, hey, why isn't FIFA in this? Why isn't this person this? Why isn't this? And we had to explain it to them multiple times. But I think going in for week 2, everybody will understand, okay, like, this is why. And I think viewership for next week will probably be a lot better. For you guys, Ebatez, FIFA, if there's one team here that you think, and you could say your team, that's fine.
Can you pull up the list again?
Yeah, I have it. Oh, shit. Oops,
okay. No, I got it.
If you guys had to choose one team here that's probably going to, like, there's no winning, right? There's just qualifying or not. But to get first, right? I think we all said yesterday that the team that we expected to win was Rated's team for this one, Rated or Z, and they got first and second, which is fucking really good. Obviously, we had Tommy in contention to win as well. For this team, what do you guys, for this day, which team, chat, you guys can chime into this too. Who is y'all's one team to win this event? And again, FIFA, if you want to say yourself, that's fine. And then apart from yourself as well. So who do you guys, JGOD, I guess you can go first. You're muted, puppy.
I think it's a toss-up between the Noobs team and the Biffle team.
Really? I feel like the Noobs team hasn't been doing that good. Like again, they've only played one tournament. Noobs, Alman, and Soka. I don't know. What do you think it's between them two? Yeah.
Personally, me, yeah, I do. Yeah, I think the lobby's set up for that. It's set up for that type of the aggression that they could play with and rack up kills. And even if they place like 8th, they're still going to have like 20 kills at the end of the match.
Okay. All right. What about you, FIFA?
Who's Aiden with?
Crinks and Mr. fucking Adrian. Adrian.
I mean, that's probably would be my third option, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Wait, okay, sorry. I didn't get to watch much of week 1, so I'm a little bit of a noob here. Is one-shot sniping banned?
Yes, one-shot snipers are banned.
Okay, so Brad's not calling.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
No. Make sure to clip that right before he says I'm kidding, okay? To make sure you clip it right there.
It's a joke. Shit. Oh, for real though. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I obviously I gotta back myself. I think confidence is a very important thing going into anything. So I'll say me. Even though I think it's unfortunate we can't play with Liam, obviously, but we got like a very good at other EU. I think Ancient's like one of those hidden talents that could have a chance to pop off this year. You know. So I think we have a really good chance. And then I'd put probably Biffle after that. I mean, they're them. You know.
Okay. What about you, Ebatez?
My pick was going to be Lennon. I didn't know who they were playing with whenever we were doing this last time, but they picked up Exian, who I know is really fucking good. So I probably picked them. And I would also say like Biffle is probably the easy pick. Breadman.
Yeah. I mean, my top 5 would be me, Biffle, Bread, Noobs, Aiden. That'd be my top 5 pretty safely.
It's a good top 5.
Listen, I'm super excited. I'm playing with NKO and Gromalok. Those kids are fucking demons. Those guys are really good.
Oh yeah. Ebatez, you got a good team, brother. I'm not gonna cap.
I'm excited.
With your IGLing, like you guys should do really good.
They're fucking good.
So honestly,
Ethan's falling. Hold up.
For my picks, man, I think maybe it's controversial or but let's just say let's go. I'm gonna go over 2 teams. And my one pick, I think, to win would be Breadman's team, Breadman Joe, Skull. Just for this reason, right? So Noobs and them, they I feel like I haven't heard too much about them. Maybe they haven't gotten that many tournament invites, which they haven't. And then the one tournament they did have, I think they didn't do as hot as I expected that team. I hope that they've kind of been in the lab together, kind of getting that team chem, because obviously you lose somebody like Tommy in that team and bring in Soka. Sometimes like the quote unquote raw skill doesn't overpower the team chemistry, right? So I'm a little like questionable with that team. And then the Diaz Biffle team, man, obviously they are the winners for the last year, right? But I'm a little bit scared for Sage, man. Sage just got engaged, so he hasn't been playing that much. He didn't play in the last couple of tournaments, which reasonably so. He's enjoying life. And then I know he just shipped all his stuff, so he hasn't been able to play because he's moving to Houston. So I'm wondering if that's going to affect him as much in that one. But again, Sage is one of those people that I think is just naturally.
I feel like Sage will just hop on and just fucking.
Yeah. I think he's one of those people that is. No, he's naturally very good. So like, I wonder, will that affect him? I will say, right, like the first tournament, the one that they had, the 100K Optic 100K, I think that their team chemistry, watching that, they seemed off. They didn't seem like the Rullzes Warzone team that we saw. So I'm actually very excited to see them play. I hope they kind of like no, you didn't get put in the dirt. Sage, stop it, bro.
Not to say that they're gonna do bad, but the Noobs team kind of like confuses me because like they haven't been playing anything together. Like we have Twitter tourneys like every day, right? And Shifty Soka have been playing every Twitter tourney with Almond. Not to say that like Shifty doesn't have good chem with Sage and Biffle, but Biffle doesn't play Twitter tourneys. But yeah, Noobs has kind of been put on like an island. So I hope, I'm sure, dude, there's got to be some like weird tension there. I don't really know the whole story, but it has been weird to me that they just kind of not kicked Noobs out, like but like just been running tourneys without him. It just seems a little weird to me. So it's definitely a little weird.
Do you think like, I guess, I didn't even really think about that, right? Like, do you think that for these Twitter tournaments, do you think there's beef, or do you think it's just as simple as, we think that Shifty will win us more?
I think Soka and Shifty just enjoy playing like the Twitter tourneys together because they just, I don't know, it's probably maybe for like old teammates that just want to win some money, that like they know that they're one of the best duos in the game, so they kind of just run things. But like I said, it just is weird to me.
Yeah, I would say, I hope Shifty's in here, bro. I swear, who did I say this to? I think I saw this to D. I was like, bro,
I don't think it's that deep.
You think so? You think it's just like,
I'm just mentioning it. Like it seems weird to me.
Yeah, I said this to, who did I tell? I told it to Shifty. I don't know if I told it to Shifty, I told it to D. And I was like, bro, Shifty be smiling when he plays with Soka, bro. Like he just be like fucking giggling and shit when he plays with Soka. I'm like, hey, I'm like,
Rated said it is 100% that deep for the brother being left out. Literally no reason.
Damn. Rated, do you think that's for, like you're saying, for Noobs? Like Noobs kind of feels like he's been, I mean, hey, bro, like it's true. Like I don't know the ins and the outs. I don't know about Twitter tournaments. I don't know about this shit. In my mind, I would be thinking, I gotta be playing with my fucking trio. And then Shifty's like, yeah, but Diaz doesn't want to play fucking, what's it called? Diaz doesn't play any Twitter tournaments, right?
Right. I think the problem it could cause is like they're giving like noobs the idea that like Shifty's better than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like, hey, we want to play these with like Shifty just because, and like we don't want to play them with you. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, bro. Back in Ebatez, I used to play Twitter tournaments with whoever, and then me, Wars, and Liam pulled up to the World Series and won it. It didn't like, I don't know. And like, people never played the Twitter tournament, but then they still won the World Series. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Rated said he's been trying to play. He's been like, Noobs have been trying to play, and so he said it's one thing for them to play if they weren't playing Twitter tournaments, but if they're playing them together, like why aren't
if
they
he's
playing
asking
them?
to play, then it's like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little funky.
Yo, imagine Shifty's going undercover to break squads, bro. I don't know, bro.
Hey,
You never know when World
I
Series
would
gets
believe
announced. We
it.
could see some crazy. We could see some crazy roster mania happen.
Sage said that Eddie has been wanting to play every day. Damn. Wow. I mean, I honestly, I don't play these Twitter tournaments. I don't know how any of this shit works. I don't know how serious they take it. The only thing that makes sense to me is like, yo, Shifty and Hisoka are a duo, right? And because they're a duo, they play together in tournaments, right? In these, because Diaz doesn't play in these, so I guess I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. Why, for example,
But then though, like, I don't know, bro.
What?
I feel like if you got 2/3 of the team wanting to play it.
Well, no, all three.
Yeah.
That's just like, but from what Raided's saying is like Noobs wants to play.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like what you're saying doesn't make sense though, because if Almond and Soka both want to play and their third still waiting, like truly would prioritize.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will say, if coming from Hisoka's perspective, if I lost to Shifty last year, I wouldn't be playing with him because I'm trying to do everything I can to be better. You know what I mean? And I feel like when they play together, they're just making each other better. So I don't really understand it. But that's just me. Like if I'm Soka, I'm like, I don't want to play with Shifty because I want to become
He's
better
also
than him.
learning from him. Like I remember I played some customs with Shifty.
Yeah.
He would know when we're fighting Soka and he'd know what he's gonna do. So it's like nice to have that like.
Right, but you're also teaching him exactly how you play. So when you guys run into each other in game, I trust me.
If you're confident in yourself though, and you feel like you're like,
I hear you, but
Shifty probably thinks he's.
That's just me. I would be like, yo, I'm gonna just play with my trio, try and get so much better than these guys that like we're just on a different level. But that's just me.
I think like what if they're playing with each other to get like, didn't Soka say something along the like Shifty makes me better, something like along the lines like that? Like I don't know, like maybe it's something like that where they're playing with each other to like try to get better, like because they bring like bro. I feel like they're rivals, but they're duos and shit, bro.
Yeah, like, it's like keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Yeah. You know? So like you know, I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe it's something like that. I don't know. I listen. I don't want to roster mania, right? But what the if that's cooking up, you know, Brax, for some reason you know all the rules, Brax, you know all the little details. If there's something cooking up, let me know. Let me know the details, you know what I'm saying?
I will say when World Series gets announced, we will see crazy roster mania. Like I don't want to, you know, like I'm not airing out anything, but like when World Series gets announced and it's qualifiers, it's no invites, I'm telling you, bro, we're gonna see some trios split.
Damn. I mean, which trio do you think would split?
Hey, yo, I'm not saying shit.
Well, to be fair, a lot could be different by then in terms of like being able to pull a spot or, you know, how good players are. They could be in final form. Depends on the meta, depends on the rule set. Ranked play is going to be out. That's what started a lot of stuff last time too. That's what started a lot of stuff last time was when ranked came out, people got to like actually dabble in playing with other people and like explore what it was like to have a different IGL, to how people rotate the comms, and I think that modified a lot, and we have a bit before we find that out, so we'll see.
Listen, I'm excited for if there is going to be a roster mania, which there 1000% is. Remember, we've only had one fucking trio custom. This one will be our first official trio custom. So like again, I can see people fucking splitting very soon once we start to see who's a demon on the map and who's not, right? You know? But I mean, okay, so I'm excited. We'll see what happens, bro. But let's get on last topic of the day. I don't want to keep FIFA up too much. I can see him fucking yawning and shit. We're gonna talk about what you said, right? So FIFA got this put out this tweet, and it really got me wondering, and I really liked reading it. Of his 10 things that he would change about Warzone right now, and I kind of just want to go over them and just kind of talk about certain bugs. If there's anything that you guys think should be different, anything that you guys, you know, even if it's 5 changes, right? Right now.
By the way,
go
I
ahead.
didn't put this on the tweet, but just as like a prerequisite before anyone reads it or thinks about it or whatever, I tried to go from a basis of not including bugs. Because bugs are things that we know aren't supposed to be in the game. The devs wouldn't like them to be like that. So I excluded all bugs. So like, you know, dumb shit. Don't include that.
Because they're obviously not intended.
Game. Yeah, those things aren't meant to be like that anyway. So it's things that are like actually the game itself, what I would like to see change.
Okay. So, look, I mean, do you want to kind of go through it and tell us like your thoughts on it all and why you chose the things that you did?
Okay. Yeah. So the first one, I think is just like the most annoying thing ever. And when I talked about it on stream a bit today, everyone agreed, bro. Running over the amount of things that stop your playing process, is just stupid, bro. You finish a gunfight and you have no plates, so you have no bullets. You want to run over the body, so you start playing. Like everybody does that. You start playing as you run over the body. You stop playing. The amount of times that happened, bro. You take the tiniest amount of fall damage, you stop playing. You get hit by a stun, you stop playing. All these, you pick up a vest. There's no one even around, and you pick up a vest and it stops you playing. That is just so unnecessary, and I think it makes gunfights feel really clunky, and I don't know, I don't like that at all.
I agree.
And then I think something that is not very controversial at all is the player count maybe needs to be higher. I think it needs to be like that because I think the game's kind of lost its battle royale feel a little bit. I don't think it feels as I mean, maybe it's like a top 1% take, but I think winning doesn't feel as satisfying anymore. Yeah. I think people are more focused about kills, and I think, I don't know, even from a casual POV, casuals don't want to go for kills because they can't get as many. Like hitting 10 when you're watching streamers drop 30 isn't that exciting. You know what I mean? Like I feel like playing for the win is what most of the casuals prefer doing. And I like going for wins. And I feel like now I have to set myself a 100 win challenge just to feel something.
I think the reason behind that, Fif, and like just playing devil's advocate here is I think because it's that they want to give the casual audience that feeling, and a lot of these guys can't even get wins. So like them doing all these revives, doing all these 100 players, doing so many, they have a better chance at winning than they did before. So, but for us, I know what you mean. I get what you mean.
I think it's having the reverse effect though, because like JGOD said, all these things they put in the game, like bro, if I have a 5 KD, right, every time I have a life, I'm gonna kill 5 people before I die, right? A casual is gonna have a 1 KD, which means they're gonna trade themselves basically. So yeah, the casual gets to come back a bunch, and that's going to help him in the mid game, like crawl through the match. But when it gets to end game, every time I get brought back and I'm averaging 5, I'm taking out an entire squad with me. Like I get flared one time, drop a squad, flared again, drop a squad. You have a deployable buy. There's so much money on the map. They can just, I'm basically, when we went for the win streak, I was basically a kill streak. They would throw a deployable buy in the end zone, and it was like $3,000 buys you a precision FIFA, and I'd just keep going and going and going and going. Like, bro, and I just clear the end zone. And if there's one good team in that lobby, they're going to benefit 5x from how easy it is to come back than any of the bad players. So yeah, maybe the bad players crawl through the match and they make the end zone more, maybe. But they aren't winning if there's anyone with a brain because the skill gap's bigger.
Yeah, no. Like, I guess I agree to you. Like you're saying that because you're going to get brought back more, the chances of them winning are significantly lower because more good players are going to stay alive, right? I mean, I get both sides. I probably just, at least I think the reason why they're doing it is just like, it's a lot easier to get wins.
I think from the casual perspective, that's a little bit different is like you said, you don't really value like the wins that much because you get them pretty regularly. But there are casuals, if you queued up with randoms, they'd be excited to get top 20. They'd be excited to get top 10. They'd be excited to get top 5. They'd be like fucking about to like shaking like in there in the top 3, bro.
But
like
I also feel like that they would
crazy.
feel that same thing in the last Warzone, and even just the game length. Like surviving a 30-minute game is a much bigger time investment than surviving a 20-minute game. And the circle's moving so fast, like it doesn't like you don't feel like you've really survived anything when you've been in a game for 10 minutes and then die in 30th. Like you don't feel like anything. Whereas if you've been in the game for 25 minutes and now you're top 10, it's like, holy shit, we made the early game, we've landed, we've got our loadout, now we've rotated, and now we're here. Whereas in this game, it's like, land, you have to rotate straight away. Now you're going to hit a balloon. You're already in middle zone. Like, there's no progression throughout the match. It's kind of just land, go, 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 go. Gulag closes. Okay, now we need to slow down. And I feel like that's the same for everyone.
I don't know how long it's been since you played with randoms, but they move at a hell of a slow pace. Like they're still looting one room by the time you've already looted an entire building, got your loadout, and you moved to the next spot and got 7 kills.
I just think like there's no like struggle.
Bro,
to
it's a different game with casuals, bro.
I agree. I think for us, I think sometimes we need to understand what we want is very different from what the majority of like the player base wants, right? Like for us, I'm like, bro, I hate this Resurgence BR. Like it feels like Resurgence. I don't like it. But like if it, what do the numbers say? Are more people playing the game? Then fuck, right? Like for me, I agree with you, FIFA. I miss Verdansk, 150 players. Like it was very hard to come back, and like it felt like, oh fuck yeah, like we won. We won. You know what I'm saying?
I think that is the other part, though, that does make it feel easier to win, is that there are less teams because of the player count. And that's one thing that Resurgence for Battle Royale, or Resurgence on Rebirth Island, when it was like 12 teams, it's only like 40 players, 48 players or something. It never felt like rewarding because it's like a 1 in 12 chance versus when it was 150 and you're in trios, there's 50 teams trying to win. So I think that also impacts it, because if there was 200 players on the map, your odds of winning are lower just because the quantity of players is higher, the quantity of teams is higher. So like that part's, I mean, there's a lot to it. It's obviously complicated.
Like, if we have Resurgence, then we have Resurgence, and then make that a separate thing for Battle Royale. I think that, like, if they want to make the pacing more, fair enough, that's fine. You can increase pacing. If you want to give players like mini objectives to complete, then that's fine too. Let them do their thing. But the overall like feel of winning a game of Battle Royale, like being that one to come out on top, should feel like insane. Like bro, even in Caldera, like even then, I'd be so excited if I won a solo, even after years of playing Warzone. Whereas like now you win a game and it's like, I only had 20 this game. Like, like I don't know, dude. Like, it just doesn't feel like you'd rather. I feel like this is the only year where you see people pushing for kills rather than wins.
I feel like at least my squad of people that I play with, we've never given a fuck about wins.
Your squad's a little different.
I don't know. I feel like we've never been like
before. What he's talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think, at least me personally, like, I've like the whole squad has never been like, fuck yeah, we won. Like maybe in Verdansk, maybe.
Bro, when you have that game where you're down bad, one person's running around with a pistol with $3, like looking for money desperately, and you somehow bring it back. That's the best feeling ever, bro. On God. And it's like,
I don't know. For us, it's like, yo, 30s, 40s, like dropping that shit. Like it feels great when you're in flow state and you're dropping hella kills and then getting the win, of course. But like just regular winning, I'm like, fuck, man. We only hit like whatever. We had like fucking 10.
I still like it. Like, I don't know. I think I noticed it more this year because like obviously I played with the winning people, like I and them since like Verdansk. Like I've got dipped in and out of it. And you know, in Verdansk it was like, all right, we gotta do recons, find the end zone, and really set up for it. And you'd have to do everything right just to get a consistent win rate. And then in Caldera, it was like a little bit looser because the skill gap was so high. Yeah. But that was like, and then this year, I'm like, all right, boys, bonk ye, where you at? Let's do a win streak. And they're like, oh yeah, we just fucking run around, kill everything. And then once we get to the end zone, we like slow it down a little bit. And it's like, it's so much less like strict on winning and so much more about just killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The win doesn't feel like as special anymore. You know, like, bro, back in the day, you'd get a little win, you put it on the Snapchat story, like, hey, it could be victory royale. And now it's like, bro, if you put a Warzone win on your Snapchat story, now you get cooked. It'll be over.
No, I agree. Listen, I'm not. Trust me. Just so you know, FIFA, I'm not disagreeing with you. I miss the game feeling like BR. I don't want to say BR because tampoco. That's Spanish. I don't want to have like fucking PUBG style, like Tarkov style. That's not what I'm saying by BR. Like I like OG Warzone BR, right? Because we had this conversation before. But I understand why we're heading down this route. If Resurgence is pulling more numbers than BR and they don't like that, then I can see why they said, okay, let's try mixing the two for BR and see what happens to the numbers. Now, what do the numbers say? I don't know, right? Like that's not public knowledge. I would hope one day they give that to public knowledge, but I wouldn't be surprised if right now BR is doing really good comparatively to last year's numbers. Obviously movement, but apart as well as like it's more casual friendly. There's a reason why BR is very casual friendly and anybody can go and play that, and why a lot of people switch from big map to little map, right? And the player count for that is extremely high. But again, okay, now let's go to the next one because I don't want to say too much on one. But
I just want my unofficial wins to feel better, man.
Yeah, you're unofficial.
I think they're official now.
Yeah, they're official now.
Yeah, they are.
They're official now. Oh man, look, this number three, if there's anything that I'm like at the top of my list of things that I want to add, this right here is one of my top 5 things that needs to be fixed into the game. Again, it's one of those
top
things.
3 even.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Why? Again, one of those things where why no one asked for this. No one. why did they change the regen from 5 seconds to 7 seconds? Like, what was that like? Okay, we gave you movement, but now we're gonna make you heal very slow, so you can't wipe a whole team. Like,
I mean, bro, the fact that you can be fully plated before you're even close to regenerating health, like, bro, normally, like, just on muscle memory, once you were fully plated, it felt like, okay, I'm ready to take a chow now. But now I'll stick 3 plates down my pants, and then I'll chow a guy. I drop instantly. I'm like, what the fuck? What's a kill cam? Bro, my health bar's on this because I got tickled by a stun grenade 5 seconds ago. Like, bro, let me fight, man, please. And it adds up so quick. Like, if you do take that tiny bit of fall damage, or you do get hit by a stun, that 7 seconds quickly turns into 14.
And
7 seconds is wild.
They need to time it similarly, where if you put in 3 plates, then your health is like almost, or if not full.
Yeah, you should start like by the time the 3rd plate's in, the healing process should have at least started.
Right.
I have quick fix now, right? And even then, like it sucks. I guess their mentality is probably like, oh, you guys have quick fix, so don't complain about this because you have a perk now that does it.
It doesn't really work though.
It doesn't work. It's broken.
I thought they fixed it with the last update.
I think it's still inconsistent, but
okay.
it does look silly when you like take fall damage or take damage in general and you're literally 1 HP, you triple plate and then you're still running around. You're like, okay, when am I going to start healing? What the hell's going on? It like takes
bro, you
that
run past
long.
a suppression mine, or you take 1 damage from a stun, and it's like my whole health has stopped coming back, even though I've managed to fully plate, and it's been 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a long time in a fight, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
it becomes unmanageable like at some point.
I think bottom line is that like no one had a problem with this, not even the casuals, no one had a problem with this in Warzone 1 or Verdansk, Caldera, Almaza. No one complained about, oh, I heal too fast, right? Like, and then all of a sudden they add something that actually,
or at least I don't remember seeing complaints of it for sure.
I feel like maybe in Caldera there was like an element of, because the stimming was so overpowered. Like, bro, you'd be full health instantly, and the speed boost, like all of that probably would have deterred a lot of the casual players, because like your teammates made a guy weak, he's just called him out, and all of a sudden he's full health before you even know it. And then it's like you've taken a dumb chow because you've been told he's one shot and the guy's full health before he should be. And that's definitely frustrating. But like I think now it's gone too far the other way, where what's that attachment as well where it makes it even slower to regain health?
Frangible.
There you go.
I think.
Yeah,
bro, that makes it 10 seconds. That's ridiculous, bro.
Look, like it's one of these where like the most casual friendly game, Warzone 2, didn't even have this, right? So I don't know if this is a way to kind of like balance it all out. I don't know. Again, I hope they reduce it back to 5 seconds, because it's one of those things where no one asked for. And FIFA, if there's anything I agree with you, it's this. But all right, going on to number 4. What is this?
Yep, number 4. Number 4 is so basically this happens all the time. I have auto mantle on, right? Because going in and out of windows is super important, right? If you don't have auto mantle on, you have to jump through the window, and a lot of the windows are like quite small. I think the problem is the windows need to be raised a little bit, and you get caught in the windows, like you headbutt it. But if you run
auto low mantle, right?
Yeah, but like it's just clunky. Like right now, I feel like I run around and I just randomly grapple onto loads of different things, and then if I turn that off, then I can't jump through a window, and it's just like super inconsistent. And it's like when you're in a fight and you're in flow state, something like that, it just pulls me, like it just takes my emotion away. Like instantly, I'm just triggered. It's like, bro, I'm doing some crazy stuff. I'm in a intense one-on-one. I'm stuck with plates in, and then I headbutt a wall and I'm stuck and climbing on like randomly I'm hanging onto a shelf doing pull-ups. I'm like,
they split the mantle into multiple options. There's the low mantle, the air mantle. There's like a third one.
Yeah, the
but the low mantle is the one that is for that one. You shouldn't grab things on the low mantle one.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like
you might have them all on, right?
I just have an auto mantle, but I tried airball mantle, and then I can't remember what it was, but there was something that didn't.
Oh my god!
The low mantle is the one that's not supposed to grapple.
I thought JGOD froze, bro.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Like,
bro, he goes so still when he's thinking, bro.
And then Xander didn't move either, so I was like, oh god, I think internet went out. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely think this is something that, like, have they talked about this yet? Have they addressed it?
I don't think so.
Raised the window height in Verdansk. Wasn't that a problem then as well? I swear there was something where they like raised window height, or they lowered ledges or something to make the differences up.
I think they did something with the glass too, because there was like glass where you couldn't tell it was glass, and you'd be like, what the hell am I getting? Oh, and then you melee and you break through. So I don't
think
know.
sometimes on ping it's more frustrating too, because sometimes when you jump into a window on ping, it doesn't register and the window just doesn't break, and then you're just jumping into it over and over, and it's really annoying, bro.
Oh well, I hope that's one thing that they change. I know everybody's been complaining about that, so I would hope that's on the top of their list. Obviously, there's a lot of things, but now ground
number
loot
5 is very important to me.
Yeah,
number
ground
5
loot
is one of the most important.
Okay, now here. Do you think this would be fucking gas? But do you think it's too much, like for them to do?
Do
you think it's too much?
No, I mean, bro, in Verdansk, ground loot changed all the time, and it literally changed.
Well, it changed every season. Verdansk changed every season. Yeah.
And bro, it literally changed how the entire game felt.
Yeah.
You know how fresh it felt when you dropped into Superstore and all the guns on the floor were different than they were like 10 minutes before the update.
Like the ratio of the weapons doesn't even line up. Obviously, I mainly play Vondel, but you'll go and it's like shotgun, sniper. Give me a fucking gun that I want to actually use, and that's how it is. You know what I mean? It's the same. I don't know how it is with Battle Royale floor looting.
I love it,
but that's how it is. It is that annoying, bro. You're like loot chest, shotgun, loot next chest, shotgun. It's like, okay, I have the tiers. What the fuck? Give me a regular gun. Like,
100%. Yeah. I mean, I just think like, bro, it honestly changed the game. It's just something new to learn that keeps it fresh. Like when a new map comes out, it's so exciting because you know nothing. Everything you do is new. And then every tiny little thing that changes, like a ground loot change, it's like you need to learn which guns are the ones to pick up or not. Because sometimes they add a new gun, you pick it up and you're shooting squigglies. You're like, I do not want that scoped FFAR ever again. That thing is ass. And then sometimes you pick up a gun, you're like, yo, this is insane. And then you want to build a class with it, and then you start using different shit. And it's like, it's just cool and refreshing. And the more, I feel like maybe I'm being naive, but I feel like that's an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
it's not
I feel like it is too.
Change. And I feel like it's just an easy win. Like it's just such, it makes a big difference for minimum effort.
I think they said. Go ahead, JGOD. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, the only time I didn't like sometimes they would do that is when they had those like now if they had some with aftermarket part, you'd be like, oh shit, there's like 3 versions. One's a burst, one's a not, and you know, so you'd be like, all right, I got to make sure I pick up the full auto one and make sure my cross.
Yeah. That's one thing that's annoying about the guns not being called what they actually are anymore, because it's like there's 3 MTZs that are the same thing. So you see an MTZ, you pick it up and you go to pull down the trigger and it's single tap and you're like, well, now I just look stupid, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that was definitely frustrating.
I wanted to add to this, right? It would be really, I know in Verdansk they did it every season. They changed ground loot, and I'm pretty sure in that call that they did the PowerPoint and all that shit, that was everybody was knew about it or whatever, that they did right before. What season was that? Was it season 1 or before the game came out? They said that they plan on releasing new ground loot every season. So would you guys think would every half season be too soon? I mean, I would love every half season, but
I think every 2 half seasons too much for the casuals, bro. It takes a while to get used to things.
So I think,
in my opinion,
season 2, I mean, should have. When is season 2? Have they released anything yet?
Well, mid-season just happened, so it'd be like what, 5 weeks?
Okay. So somewhere around like the 14th, 21st.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that would be 14th. That'd
be so nice. Bro. I think if they do that, I'll be so happy.
Yeah, I think they will change it because I know that was in the PowerPoint that they do plan. Like the goal is to be changing that, right? So, you know, I would hope that they do that, something like that. Again, Gulag. What was it? Just metas. Going on to your number 6, right? Meta weapons. Yep. Talk to me, Fif. Yeah. Talk to me.
Well, this one is like, this was one of the more controversial points on that list because I mean, most people who play the game like frequently seriously, they want the meta weapons to change more often. I mean, at some points it's been ridiculous. Like we used the Cronin for way too long last year. That was absurd. That gun needed to go way earlier. Yeah. But I mean, like, obviously you can't nerf the guns too quick because, you know, the casuals who play like a couple hours a day don't get a chance to level up the guns very quickly. So they you know, they see a gun's meta, it takes them a while, and you want them to be able to use it for a bit. But I think there needs to be like a balance in between where there's either like a couple of weapons that are good so we like can move around, or just like speed up.
I think this is something that could also be solved with more awareness around it. Because if they said, FYI guys, in season 2, the M4 will likely be a good gun along with this gun, this gun, this gun, and this gun. It gives anyone a chance to level it ahead of time. They can say, hey, these are going to be good, and be very specific that they are going to be probably the meta. And guess what? People would be on top of that. They'd have 3 weeks to level it with shipment or rust or plunder or whatever the hell they also want to level it. casually, and then when it drops, people can go, oh shit, they were right, it is going to be good. And the bad guns wouldn't feel so bad when they nerf them because they would already be prepared. So I think that's a quality of like communication that could be done. Obviously, they don't want to give away their strats, I guess, too much or whatever, but they could literally make the M4 meta today if they wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least have like something that's like kind of, you know how they build the pre-built guns and like the pre-builds they have are just completely awful.
Yeah,
like
that
maybe,
too.
maybe have like an unlockable like gun that they can unlock like a variant that is actually meta rather than like, you know, people you find the gun on the floor and it's like, bro, what have you built? Like, what have you built? I mean, that's just like, people always talk about, you know, this is something that's only good for good players and this is going to make the good players so much better than the bad players. Well, bro, even just that little bit of knowledge of knowing what a meta build is instantly puts the good players like miles ahead of the bad players.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if I'm already better than this guy and he's using an M4 with an ACOG on it and no underbarrel, and I have a Pullze yoke with a conversion kit, he's fucked. It's it's Jova. Like,
that's why somebody said, why have meta weapons at all? And just so you guys are aware, there is no way to not have meta weapons. I think that phrase, the meta, gets tossed around and a lot of people don't understand what that means. Like, meta weapons are just what's the best gun at the time. I don't think that like they're, no matter what, like every game in the history of the world has metas. There's always going to be something that's better than others. Now, it would be great if there was a way to kind of like have multiple guns in the meta, right? Like, but meta guns are always going to be a thing no matter what. Like, yeah, just make them all good, right?
It's impossible. Yeah.
I just think like that like progressive nerfing of meta weapons over time, it's never enough. And it's frustrating because it's the same thing like with the nuke. When they drop the nuke, it's like, hey, we're going to drop this thing at some point. It's going to be really dope. It happens. Everyone jumps on and it's like a false start. It gets taken out and then it's like blue balls. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like, oh, that's so disappointing. Like the MTZ enough. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's finally here. And it's never enough. Yeah. And it's almost a meme at this point. It's like, chat, no, guys, don't get excited. They need at least 3 before it's bad again. And it's like, you get so hyped up for a new gun and it's just never a new gun.
Yep.
And I just think like, just take that gun, let people use it for a bit, maybe JGOD, maybe that's, I mean, they're better at thinking of ideas for things. Sometimes they come up with solutions.
Well, they even copied what I had mentioned about the MTZ. Remember I said if they modified the neck, they modified the neck. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they think of solutions to problems I didn't even know I had. They're like, that's their job. That's what they're good at. I don't know what the solution is, but just, I think if a gun's been meta for long enough, just put it in the bin, get rid of it completely and give me something fresh.
Yeah,
I think in this so far we've had DG meta, ARs, DG, MTZ, TAC Eradicator, Pullze 4. Right? Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
Well, now people are using the RAM, the SVA, the what's the other one?
BASB sort of.
Bruin, LSW people can use, but they're not like hard meta.
Yeah. I mean, the Pullze's definitely still the best. I think we're probably in the best.
Close. It was the swarm for too long, but now I think it's kind of in a good spot because people are going to use the new SMG once their mag is unlocked. I know some people that still don't have it, but most people do. Some people still use the swarm because they've kind of like, I noticed it more yesterday when I was playing that with the new SMG, like how much ammo you get. I got definitely a crutch by the swarm for having a 100-round mag for as long as I did. And then using the AMR with the 100-round mag is just way too fucking slow. That you're like, oh shit, I was such crutch to a 100-round mag. It was so good for like how good it was on the swarm that the other guns, you're like, oh shit, okay, I can't chow this that way because I have to go reload. Like I need to find time to reload.
Well, the reload's so slow, even with fast hands. Like fast hands doesn't even really seem to make a difference.
I'm gonna try.
I think it only works on like ARs. I'm pretty sure. Like SMGs, it doesn't help that much.
It depends on the gun. It's not even the category. It's gun specific.
Yeah,
which is also very weird. That's like to have to test that. Look, with every gun sucks. Like I wish I could just throw on the perk and be like, oh, I know what it's gonna do.
And you can't even test it in the fire range because you don't get the perks in there.
Right.
That is like not casual friendly. Like we got like for JGOD, bro's out here with like the slow motion camera. Like he's figuring out everything.
Hey, I've cut down a lot on that, but yes, you do have to go frame by frame, literally get the recording and then look at it, put the timestamps, and then you can't. Like it shouldn't be that complicated.
From work and has barely leveled up his gun. He ain't doing all that, bro. Like just Make it consistent. Like if I have fast hands, I'm gonna have a quicker reload. Nice.
Yep.
I don't know.
Meta weapons, I think again, this is a conversation that we should have, our podcast we should have again at the start of season 2. Figure out, did ground loot change? Yes or no? Did metas change? Yes or no? I love the shakeup so far. I think they've done a good job. The big outlier that kind of did stop it from being quote unquote, there was one meta that was broken, was the MTZ. And now, as of a week from now, it's now been officially like nerfed, right? And I think they, at least I feel like they did a good job nerfing it. But there's been multiple guns, but there's always been that one gun that's like insane, and that's the MTZ as of right now. But going on to 7, brother, change POI. So listen, I don't know if you've done the research, Fif, but bro, there's been like maybe one POI change every year. Like, and that's like, they destroy a fucking, they destroy a base or something.
I mean, dude, like,
imagine Fortnite. Imagine like they added.
I mean, it
And
doesn't
they
even
only
need to
did
be
it
that
crazy
serious.
in Caldera. They only did it crazy because the outrage was so high.
True.
That's why the peak had to be redone. They had to redo the fields or whatever because it was too
When
barren.
they did that, though,
had the
it
buildings.
was wicked, though.
It was.
Like, bro, when what was it? Capital? Even just adding those little bridges and stuff across. When you got there, it just felt new and special. Like all they did was add a couple bridges, but it changed the dynamic of how it played. And when you were running over those bridges like roof to roof, it just felt cool. Like you just felt like, oh, this is new. This is cool. And it just felt cool. And then like dig site went from like,
wait, what?
They added some they put the dinosaur bones with dig site.
Dig site.
Oh, dig
Caldera.
site. Oh, dig site. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Continue.
you heard Dick. He heard Dick.
I
He
heard
was like,
dig
what?
size. That's what I heard. Continue.
Wait.
Continue. That's what I
You know
fucking
mean?
heard.
Even that minuscule couldn't change it. It was just cool. It was just sick. And then they put storage in, and like I know some people were like, copy pasted, blah blah blah. But like, who gives a fuck, man? And when you landed there, it was cool. It was new. It was fun.
Definitely, I don't know how easy this is, but if there's a way for them to change POIs consistently, bro, again, how crazy that is, how hard that is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like changing
that
up?
one's probably the hardest one for them to do.
Yeah.
Like that's a significant change because like when those things come out, we have to do big downloads. It's a map change. Like it's
Rob says it's not easy.
But it's so meaningful though.
Yeah, I agree. Again, we haven't had anything big over the last like couple years, to be honest, with that, and that's one of the things I'm like, fuck. Like, obviously, it was great when they did the new season, or from what is it, Verdansk to Cold War 2.0, whatever the fuck, 1984, Verdansk 84. There was a couple changes, but again, they didn't have to do a whole ass new map. That would be sick as fuck. I don't know. Again, I would assume that Call of Duty is trying to get to a point where their game is good, like really good foundationally, and then worry about all the quote unquote fluff, right? So that, I mean, dude, imagine if they did, imagine if they changed like Low Town, fucking Old Town. Oh my God, that would be horny.
Yeah.
So now,
Well, it makes such a difference, bro. Like peak changed the entire way Caldera played.
yeah.
Realistically.
I agree. I think definitely, I don't know what they could do. Again, it's probably super fucking hard, but if they can do it, that'd be awesome. Now, 8, we talked about this a little bit at the beginning, adding things to like Nakatomi and shit like that. Like, we talked about this when we were talking about specialists. Give us something fun to do. Okay, I swag tweeted this out. FIFA, let me know what you think. I feel like there is a lack of a quote unquote hot drop, but I'm not talking about a hot drop like strongholds.
There's no superstore.
There's no superstore. There's no peak. There's no fucking observatory. Right now, Old Town and Low Town are kind of like back and forth, but they don't give me that same feel as like, ooh, you know? Now,
That's the hard drop, yeah.
Now, if you have something like Nakatomi, it's like, hey, all hands on deck. We're landing there because we know we're getting fucking specialist bonus.
Bro,
like,
I'm telling you, I'll write the script right now.
Let me know. Tell me.
The high-rise building, the top of it is already a construction site. Some people already like to land up top there. It's a construction site. The storyline's there. They finish building it. It's a big plaza. The specialists in the top. Nostalgia through the roof. Dopamine's at an all-time high. Fucking dropping in. Specialist bonus. Oh, baby.
Dude, that feeling I thought was, in my opinion, was so fucking fun. Like just having that, like, all right, lock in, bro. It's a beginning game. Like lock it in. Right now, it doesn't feel like you can't lock in until like the mid game, end game, in my opinion.
I agree with this, but I also think that like there's overlooking some of the smaller things that they can do with events. When they had that Santa sleigh ride, they had the little trees around the map where if you were next to the tree, it would pop out loot. Very similar to that we had in Caldera. We could have done it with Easter, Valentine's Day, Flag Day. I don't know, whatever the hell they want to do. They can make these different holiday themed where it's cycled throughout. It could have even been themed with this boys event. I'm sure they could have thought of something where you go next to this thing and the chest, there's chest.
Dude.
And those are even smaller, repurposed because they already had them in the game on the exact same map for that LTM.
Or the one-shot sniper LTM in
that was fun.
That was insane. That was insane.
The red is tone green as well. Like just a little thing makes it feel fresh for a few days or a week even.
Look, I'm not gonna take credit for this. This was Vic, even though we love torching Vic. But imagine for the boys event, they somehow built Vought Tower in like in the big map, and you go to Vought Tower, you fight in there, and then you get your specialist bonus. Imagine the type of shit that they could have done with something like that.
That'd be cool. It'd be like the serum, right? You'd get like a super serum instead of specialist, but it'd be the same thing. But another one that somebody in chat said is, I don't know, I don't think probably any of you guys played that LTM, but they had a unique zone closing where the zone closed based off the train.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember
it moved
that.
with the train. The zone moved with the train.
Oh my gosh. What?
So imagine like 6 zone, they said, all right, cool. In-game event activated, it's following the train, and you're like, oh shit, that's dynamic now.
That's cool.
What the hell are we gonna do? I mean, but I'm saying that's just ideas. I'm not saying that should be every match.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like a jailbreak, like whatever 30%. But there are little things like that where it goes, hold up, what the hell is this? And and you have to play completely different.
Yo, on a like super random like dumb note, the Halloween event in Almaz was dope.
It was good. It was actually it was good.
No, it was good. It was
It
solid.
was good.
I thought that was sick, bro.
Talking about with
that
like
was
the Diablo and all that stuff.
Yeah, they did a good job. If anything that Al Masra did was adding nukes and Halloween, brother. Like,
yeah, no, that was sick. Yo, one thing, the one of the points on the list, the number 9.
Yeah, let's go to it.
Number 9. I really like this one.
This is fucking cook, bro. Why did they change it? Why did they change it? They added the PDS, whatever the fuck it's called, the thing, little jetpack. Like, bro,
no, I think this is you're talking about the gas one, right?
The PDS was the little like you throw like a little, you'd be in gas. You throw
sorry.
Like, give you
It'd be like the heat shield.
What's
from
the
Apex.
one it's called right now? What's the not PDS? The thing that PRD. That one. I don't. Why they changed it from deployable balloons to the PRD? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Dude, deployable balloons were so awesome.
Your boys could all hit them, bro.
Yeah,
all the boys could hit them.
Yep.
That was so fucking. Again, why did they change them and rework them? That's tough, man. But deployable balloons were so fucking good, man. So you want PDS back, FIFA?
PDS was dope, bro. Like even just like, I mean, the game-to-game like involvement with it was cool, but just the clippable moments, like those moments where you have with your friends that you talk about like in months to come, like bro, throwing down a PDS on a car and driving through gas to make a great escape, like those one in a million moments are what makes it. You know what I mean? Like dropping Nakatomi, for most casuals, they would have died, but the one game they got that specialist, it would have been fucking wicked. Like, those things that just allow you to make those plays are so sick, and I think adding those like field upgrades and little things, again, it's something, I mean, I think field upgrades are a lot harder than changing ground loot because it's a whole new feature in the game. So obviously that's probably not something they can do as frequently, but I think it does make a big difference. Like portable buys have made a huge difference. And I think portable buys should change back to how they were in Caldera too. You shouldn't be able to shoot it out. You carry a portable buy the entire game to hold it for end zone, and then it gets shot out in the gas and you can't use it. That's so annoying, bro. Like if I throw a buy down, I've held it the whole game. It should be mine. I want it. Drop it on my feet where I put it, no, I mean, like if they want it, they can come fight me for it, bro. That's mine. But like flares, they added that. That's dope. But bring back PDSs, deployable balloons. They were dope. And then any other cool ideas they have, keep throwing them in, bro. It keeps it fresh. It's a new thing to learn, a new thing to interact with. It's
fun
dope.
shit.
Also, to add to the balloons, we need enemy flying in like ASAP on those people that are ballooning and stuff, and they're just landing on your rooftop. There's no enemy flying in. There's nothing. You just get landed on, and that's it. They got loadout.
Especially with Mountaineer.
Yeah.
So look, this is
crazy.
This is my question, right? When I did the podcast with the devs, right, for Sledgehammer, I kind of came to the realization of some things, right? They were talking and we were giving them all these ideas and I was asking them questions, and they say they have a list of most important things that need addressed to least important things, right? And if certain things make their list, like they're working on these things first, right? So I kind of came to that realization. I'm like, okay, like all this stuff is fucking amazing, but how much stuff that are on top of the list at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, that stuff like this gets put at 25, 30 to where we'll never probably see it, right? It'd be awesome, but they're focused on more quote unquote important things, right? So like, I guess that goes to say that like the better the foundationally things are, as like from a Call of Duty perspective, like the game, the better chance at doing fun stuff like this. A lot of things that you said, a lot of fun things, like the better chance we have of doing things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm kind of foundationally, guys. What is wrong right now? Foundationally. That's the one question I just want to ask before we finish off your list. What foundationally is wrong with the game right now? I'm just gonna give one. Okay, healing is one. I think healing for me, maybe
health regen, just to be clear.
Well, yeah, health regen at 7 seconds instead of 5. Wait, let me see what Rob said. Hold on. But I just want to add to this. In my opinion, let me know what you think, and then I'm gonna read Rob's message. I still think for BR with how big it is. Unlimited tax sprint, who cares? Just throw it in there or buff auto tax sprint. Chat, let me know what y'all think. Maybe this is just my take, but okay, FIFA, tell me what is the downside to unlimited tax sprint? I feel like with a big map, it doesn't. There's no downside.
Like with unlimited tax sprint, it's just gonna mean more bots just get chased down insanely. Like, bro, you want it because you're like a demon who could slide cancel or fully tax sprint and just destroy a whole team and walk through them without even thinking about it. Some of these guys are using the fact that you have to stop and like regen your like momentum to run away, bro. Like they get, you know what I mean? Trolling, like, oh my god, just run. Like it's helping some people get away, you know?
I just don't think I don't think that's like the game, at least to
me.
You're
more ready for a gunfight, right? Like you're more ready for a gunfight. You know roughly when you're gonna get into some action, right? So you're gonna send to better and everything. Bro, these bots, if they had auto attachment, they're gonna be sprinting, running, looking at the floor, and then they have to like stop. Their sprint to fire is gonna come in, and they're just gonna get smoked all the time because they don't have the situational awareness to deal with the permanent tax sprint, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, it's just running, bro. Like I feel like. It's just running, bro. Like unlimited tax sprint would make it so easy to just like apart that yes, there's cars, there's mobility, but getting from point A to point B, like running shouldn't be something that's this difficult to like get right, in my opinion. I feel like Warzone 1 had it great because you technically had unlimited auto tax sprint. You just had to do something to regenerate it, right? If they give us some way,
coming from someone who never did that slide cancel back in the day, you know what I'm saying?
That like again, like at the end of the day, it's still Call of Duty. You gotta hit your shots. So many people are movement demons, but fucking suck. They suck. They can't shoot straight. Right? At the end of the day, I would take somebody that can shoot straight over somebody that has crazy movement. Like FIFA, you've obviously, like, let's say Verdant's FIFA, who didn't slide cancel. I would take that over somebody that was just like a movement demon that was just slide canceling, but just didn't hit their shots. So I guess for me, it's like, bro, it's just running, making the game a little bit faster. Right now, so many people still to this day complain about how clunky the game feels, and they can't pinpoint why. And a lot of it is just because auto taxman just feels a little clunky. It just does, right? Beta weekend 2, auto tax sprint was fucking perfect. It wasn't unlimited, but it wasn't like, if you had it, if you learn how to utilize it correctly, like slide canceling was good, auto tax sprint was good. But when the game launched, they fucked it up, and they said they were thinking about fixing it, but it's still clunky. I think that for me is a like core, like foundational thing that's wrong with the game. That, and
you won me over. I don't
know. That's just me.
I'm sold.
So like again, that's one of those things where, and then as far as healing, I 1000% agree with you. Healing should not be 7 seconds. It should be back to 5. I don't know how 6 seconds would feel, but in my opinion, dude, like don't do little adjustments. Just send that shit. Put it back to 5. You know what I'm saying?
Let him cook.
You know, I don't know. But so
thing too.
One thing real quick that Rob said was, he said, yeah, like adding things like Nakatomi and shit like that, right? That they like fun things, but then he said, but then the community, they wanted to add the LTM for the Exfil, the Covert Exfil, but the whole community raged about it and didn't even play it. He's like, so how do you expect us to want to add fun things to the game if you guys don't even try them and kick them out? Which I'm not gonna lie, valid point.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
Valid point.
I mean, bro, I was gonna say when you were talking about doing the Vault Tower thing, the amount of backlash for no reason it seemed when the boys like superpowers came out. Bro, I saw people like, dude, this is so cringe. And like when the duck skin came out, people like, it's called like, nah, bro, fuck all that. Let them have fun, bro. New shit, it's cool. Like I like that. But like, I think the problem with the Covert Exfil is that it made people angry about something they were already angry about. This is my take, and maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like people already are upset that the player count is so low. So when they hear that they're gonna add something which allows teams to leave the map, it sounds like it just at a face level, like you hear, okay, exfilling. It just sounds like there's gonna be people leaving the map.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
The biggest thing with that I think got the biggest backlash is people thought you were going to lose the game if they exfilled. Like, that's the win, right? That was one. And then two was, like, people already complained about the 100 player count, and now they're adding them, like, oh, this person exfilled. That's decreased player count on top of that.
Yep.
I think a lot of people, including myself, were pushed against it. It had a negative connotation to it. But I'll be honest,
I didn't even know that wasn't what it was until JGOD said earlier. It was less than one team per match. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like fucking 4 of the teams just like dip to get their fucking gun skin, and now I'm playing no one in the end zone. Like that's
the main utility of it would have been the weapons case, and we don't really know how the weapons case would have worked, but you would have been marked on the map if you were holding the weapons case.
Interesting.
So it's like, and you would have to have enough money to buy the Covert Exfil. It wasn't going to just be like, ooh, you just head here and no, like,
yeah. See,
it was going to be very like elaborate. And if you wanted like a shit ton of kills, you know what you do? You pick up that weapons case. People are going to be flooding for you. You know what I mean? So I thought it would have been so good for content creators, but no one ever got a chat. I mean, that's just my assumption based off what I know about it. But the reality is we'll never know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think they just made a bad choice by calling it Exfil. I think Exfil gives the connotations of people leaving the map, player count being low, and like even DMZ, bro. Like if you were playing DMZ to try and hunt people down, eventually people would Exfil and there'd be no one left on the map. And a lot of people play zombies and there'd be no one left on the map. And it's like you hear Exfil and you think people like it's gonna fuck with the game flow. And that's why people don't like it. I think because like the nuke's the same thing. It ends the game instantly. It ends the game early. You're basically doing the same thing, like JGOD said, but it's a nuke and it sounds cool. And it's like, you know what I mean? The name makes such a difference.
That's really what it came down to.
I agree. No, I agree.
If they didn't call it Exfil and they said like, oh, weapon stash contract in Nakatomi Tower, everyone would have been like, yay!
Yeah, I do think that the name, they kind of fucked up with DMZ having such a bad name to it, have such a bad like. A lot, like, you know, it was, I don't know if it was a failure. I mean, I would assume it's a failure if they didn't do it this year, right? So, and the whole community hating the D word, you know, I definitely think exfilling is not, you know, probably did not.
Bad choice of words.
Yeah.
And like, I think it does go back to what I was saying earlier, where they didn't really explain in depth with the nuke. So when people just did it, they were like, oh, that's not a big deal. I like that rather than just standing over here and then somebody could just be camping my little blocks for the nuke and you know, so I don't know.
So wait, one question before we get to the last one, I'm sorry, is what do you guys think about the audio, footstep audio so far with the update that they did? Like, I think it's, we know yours is great, Fiv.
I tried it without running flex and the audio is still terrible.
Okay. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Okay.
I don't use the Art is War audio whenever I pub. I only use it for like tourneys and stuff, but I was pubbing today and dude, there was a guy on me and my teammate was spectating me with the Art is War audio and he was like, behind you. And I was like, bro, I did not hear that like at all. It's really bad. And he was literally on me like
I definitely
even 10
feel
feet away.
If you're a console player, I will say you have the shitty end of the stick on this end because loudness EQ does help. And then on top of that, you want to get fucking Prestige Master Pack-a-Punch, you get the Art is War audio. And then like, you know, you can actually hear things for once. So like, I definitely think it still can be addressed. I think one of the biggest issues, I want to see what the community feedback is whenever they fix the flying in voice announcer. That definitely, I think would change a lot of people's opinions just in general.
I would recommend that they just remove flex entirely as a perk.
Oof.
Slightly rebalance it and make it default.
Bro, I was going to say the same thing. If they have the ability to make good audio, Why lock it?
Because it
with a
should
perk?
not be a crutch perk. Because we spent an entire years with MW, even 2019, where it was an audio based game. You turn your shit up as loud as possible, and that was a skill gap in the game. Like, that shouldn't be the reality of what's determining gunfights. Like,
Savik made a good point in chat.
Wait, that's actually not a bad. What did Vic say?
He said audio is like how FOV was before Ebatez. Like only PC users get like access to having good audio now, whereas like PC users had FOV before. So if they try and like bridge that gap, then console can be more like PC. And then I feel like there's also like a stigma where people hate PC players now because
that's just in general though. But you know what?
PC
All
players
those console players, when they switched to 120 FOV, magically became like the best players. You guys seen them now, right? All of them.
Ooh.
They came out like all of them. You know, they went from 80 FOV to 120, and now all of a sudden they're gods.
Significantly.
Oh, you're making a fucking joke, bro. I'm sorry. I was reading somebody's chat to ask you a question. I was like, who is this demon? Who is this demon?
All of them, bro.
Oh,
Literally
shit.
all of them.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. That Cyrus guy, he just really fucking teed up.
They were so locked in. Like, who?
Oh,
holy shit, that was funny.
Oh man, look, bro. I don't know, man. There's always going to be something. I will agree though. JGOD, you cooked there. Nerf flex, because we know it works. We know it gives you audio, and then nerf flex, and then just make it default. Because right now I literally do not run anything other than flex unless I'm on resurgence. Then I'll just run high alert.
And I think it's super easy to rebalance. We could take it and you know, the beeping shit and the delayed stuff, put that back on Stalker. Stalker will have more value in the perk 3 slot. Like, that's how it used to be with Stalker Pro. Like, it's already there. Let's just do it and get rid of the perk. It's not hard. Like, you can just rebalance it, and then people have a reason to run Stalker, because right now there's not much. And the beeping and the delayed, it's super powerful to push someone when they think, how the hell did this guy run through my double Claymore, my double Prox mine, and then they're not ready for you.
Yeah. I mean, all right, FIFA, give us to the last one. Take us to the last one, brother. I mean, FIFA's like dying. He has to wake up in like 5 hours, bro.
Last point today is, this is just like a minor, but I feel like it's an underrated one. All right. So back in Caldera, in the bottom left where your health bar was, your whole team, if you're playing squads, right? They would have like so much information displayed right there. Like you would see your teammate if you had a gassy, a golden gassy, if you had a gulag token, a self-res, all this information was stored nice and neatly in the bottom left. And it's just such a, like, why not, bro? And like the stamina bar that you get on multiplayer, why not? Like, just give us that on-screen information, put it all in one place, neat and concise. It's just nice to have there, bro. Yeah. Like, it's just something they added that I feel had a very positive impact that they took away for no reason. And it's just like, why not? Just give it back. It was nice. Okay. It doesn't hurt.
I think it's one of those things that, like, a lot of us, it's not going to be something that we think off right away. Like, oh, what's wrong with the game? But then when they bring it in, again, it's like, oh, shit. Like, I can't believe we didn't think about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's so good as well, because, like, not everyone plays with their homies, bro. Not everyone's in a Discord talking. Not everyone has a mic. If you're queuing in with randoms and you see, like, your boy's missing something and you just found it, you can be like, yo, bro, and you drop a gassy, mark it. Like, you can see all that shit neatly and concise, and you know, like, has my teammate got a goo? Does he have a self? Does he need this gulag token I just found? I can mark it for him, and now he can
I would imagine also that is something that is on their list.
Of things like this.
It wasn't even mentioned in Al Mazrah, though. It disappeared after Caldera, and it never even got mentioned after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, weird. To be fair, that they needed to work pretty hard on last year's game.
Yeah, that's the thing where I say, like, that's the thing. But bro, if we now know that devs have, quote unquote, a list of things that they do, and they kind of chip away at it, right? And they prioritize the obviously the most important, and then to like the not so important. I would say this to them is probably not as important. This is down the list, and
for sure,
the less foundational things that they have to fix, the more time that they have to add really fun shit for us, right? So I guess to conclude the podcast today is, what are y'all's 3 foundational things that you, even if it's not 3, even if it's 1, 2, that you guys think needs to be addressed, so that way they can start focusing on the fun shit? JGOD, what do you think? Or do you think it's good right now?
No, I think we touched on some of them. I think the healing, the audio, I don't know, a third, like the floor loot.
Okay. All right. FIFA, what about you? 3 foundational things.
The healing is, I think, is the one that you run into the most often.
Okay.
I think that's the one that's going to make the most significant change. I personally think the stopping playing every single time I do anything really frustrates me.
Okay.
Frequently again. And then after that, I think just things to keep the game fresh. Change the floor loop. And just do little minor things that are so easy to do that keep it so fresh.
Okay. All right, Ebatez, what about you?
I'd say enemy flying in on like balloons. I did finally hear like enemy UAV inbound or something. I heard it for like the first time the other day, but it's inconsistent. So it's definitely not every time. So if that was consistent, that'd be awesome. And then I'd say footsteps. Like I shouldn't have to run Ars Wars audioed in order to hear footsteps. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think for me, one, I'm always going to be an advocate for making the game feel fluid. So auto attack sprint, whether they want to make it unlimited or just buff it, foundationally, the game shouldn't feel clunky. And right now, in my opinion, it does. Sometimes in gunfights, it does. It doesn't feel smooth. And Warzone 1 felt fucking smooth. A lot of people are saying servers, but I personally have not had an issue with the servers at all. And one in like 20 games.
Really? Are really bad.
It's always
they're really
EU.
bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because maybe 1 in 20 games is laggy. Like every once in a while, I personally don't have an issue with that. So for me, I would say movement. 2, audio. Again, you can kind of like with audio, the Band-Aid solution right now is fucking flex perk. So I guess it works, right? And then I think for lastly, we just said it is the healing probably. Those are my 3 things: audio, movement, and the healing delays and stuff like that. That's probably the top 3. If you want to take off audio because flex makes it better, would it just be player count? 110, 120. I think 150. I don't think people saying 150. I don't think they realize how crazy 150 players would be. It'd be fucking insane.
Unnecessary.
It'd be fucking
especially with
insane.
the elements of buyback, gulag, and all that nonsense.
Yeah, I think 120 to 110. The healing and the movement, just a buffing auto attack sprint, even a tad, would be fun. And then that way, once the foundational stuff is fixed, then bro, you can have all this fun shit that they can just add to the game, and they don't have to worry about that crazy shit that they have to fix, right?
They should do a 120 LTM just to test like service stress and like how like end pacing.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, bro. We saw it with Sledgehammer. They have a testing playlist that's public where they test things and they see what the community likes. Why don't they do that for Warzone? Imagine how crazy that could go. Everybody's complaining about 120, 120, 120. All right, throw it in there. Let's see how it feels, and give it
terrible, and then people go off there.
Yeah, or for example, the thing that we just the thing that they just took off. What was it called? The
Covert
Exfil, the Covert Exfil. Put it into the testing playlist. See if people like it. If it's on that, I don't even notice it. Okay, put in the main thing. Who cares? They didn't even notice it.
I think the only problem with doing like testing with such like significant things is that it can divide people. Like if they throw in like a playlist and 120 and 50% of people go, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Please make it permanent. And the other people at 50% go, this is too hard. It's too fast. Please stop it. And then they have to pick one side and the other half of people are going to be pissed off. And that's the problem with something that significant.
I think they have the data, right, to back it up. Ultimately, they will always choose whatever the majority says.
Yeah, but like you don't want to alienate a part when like right now it's like there's 100, it is what it is, just take it or leave it, and people are just they don't know any better. We don't know what 120 feels like. We're assuming it might be better, but we don't really know, and it's fine as it is.
Right.
So I feel like that could be.
I don't know. At least for me, I feel like fuck. I'm like, bro, give me 120, bro. Like I don't know. It feels slow, bro. Like there should ever be a time where I'm solo squatting. I land low town, take the zip to fucking old town, then take the zip to fucking downtown and don't see anything. Like that, I swear I have a VOD. I literally asked chat to clip it because I was like, if people tell me that it's easy to find people, I'm gonna send it to them. Because like, I did that rotation. I was like, bro, okay, what the fuck's going on? And I was like, bro, am I in a custom game? Like, is it just me? Like, I don't know. Maybe those EU lobbies are just different. I'm not too sure, bro. You know, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, the last thing I want to add from that list of 10 that we went through that I tweeted the other day.
Yeah.
I just want to say from the end of it, because I feel like we've been criticizing constructively for a while. I do think the game is in the best state it's been in a very long time.
Yeah, agreed.
Facts. I've enjoyed playing every day.
Yeah, exactly. The list is very optimistic, and it's optimistic, and it's able to be that way because the foundation of the game is already in a good state, that they might be able to now start working on those things. So maybe not all of them are realistic, but I think we're in a good place, and I think that those things would just, you know, push it even further. So I just wanted to end that.
Yeah, bro, again, I think everybody needs to have a little bit of perspective sometimes, right? And even I'm reminded of this sometimes, and it's like, bro, a month into the game, or 2 months into the game last year, 2 months into the game this year, like we are very ahead of the curve.
So black and white.
Yeah, we couldn't even run and plate last year.
We had to get a fucking vest to put on 3. We had to find a vest to put on 3 plates, bro.
Insane, bro. 2 plate vest was insane. And the fact that you could find one in the gulag is like hilarious.
Imagine if we never had Warzone 2, like it just didn't exist, and we just got a new map after Caldera, and we just like carried on. And it was just more QOL updates all the way from day one. Oh,
I'd have
we'd be
$20,000 worth of reimbursement for my therapy. Like
we'd be in the future right now, bro. We'd be in the future.
Yeah, we couldn't even buy loadouts. I remember that. We couldn't buy loadouts, bro. I don't know, like bunny hopping, something as simple as bunny hopping. Why isn't that in the game? Seems pretty like nothing too crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of little things.
It feels good to be at a point though where I feel like we're back where we left off, and now we're making progress again. Whereas the last year, it felt like we're just catching up to where we were.
Yeah, we're at the starting point again, and which is a great feeling because I'd rather be at the starting point than be fucking trailing behind this far down, right? So now it's like, let's let Raven Software cook. They have all the info that at least I hope they have all the info that they need, right? We do these podcasts, you know, and you know, I hope that they see them, and it's like, I think right now they're in a very good spot where there's not too many foundationally things that are wrong with the game. They can have some fun and actually do some really cool things, which I didn't think was possible last year with there being so many things wrong and so many updates that I had to push out. But I don't know, boys. That concludes the podcast for me today. Any last minute thoughts from any of the boys?
Thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
You cooked today, man.
I don't think so. I think it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Listen, FIFA, I love you being on the podcast because you fucking yap. You're just, you're just like me on God. I love you yapping, bro. People were saying,
I was like, I'm letting them cook today, man.
I was
saying it too.
In my head, I was like, yo, is Ebatez okay? Like, fuck.
No, I'm chilling. No, like he had some great points. I liked your tweets too. Like I was like, I'm just gonna let him cook. Like you know what I mean?
There's 2 Ethans, you know, like
Ethan squared right here, man.
Bro, I loved it, man. FIFA, listen, you're always welcome on the podcast. I'm glad I hit you up early today, so that way, you know, because normally I kind of early, right? But you
hit me up like 2 a.m. like, yo, you want to come on? I'm like, no, I'm looking for you sleep right now.
Yeah, man. But people, thank you, man, for coming on, bro. Hey, listen, I would like to have you in here a lot if you would like to be, because I love you yapping and wait.
Hold up.
Like to have me in well.
Oh, bro. Hey, anyways, man. But yo, everybody in the chat, man. Yo, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Pullze podcast. We'll have another one for you maybe this week. Another one, hopefully, you know, we might cook up something and, you know, maybe give you guys a little sneak peek at some things, which, you know, we'll shut the fuck up. Leak Pullze is not out today. But yo, FIFA, Ebatez, JGOD, thank you so much. As always, you guys are fucking amazing. We'll catch you guys in the next Pullze Check. YouTube, Spotify, Twitch. We'll catch you guys later, baby. Peace.